You might, you might not be doing a lot, because next week you will be. Sorry. Oh no. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Mm. Cormac and Mitchell Graves will probably never meet. Unless you guys figure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, Katari. I know I'm behind. I literally just woke up like less than 30 minutes ago. I'm tired. I was tired. I really was. Because I hadn't been sleeping all week. Anyway. Alright. Those are out. One more thing. Yes. A bonk and pills. Yes. Okay. She's bonking me and she's... What? What? No. 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 I'll be right back. I don't want... No. No. I'll be right back. Van. Okay. Well, probably should get to it. Since we're a little bit behind today. I don't think he's ever not been... Well, no, there's one time he was. He was before everybody else. It was a surprise. Okay. Here we go.
Unfortunately, outlier points on a scatter plot don't
Well,
really
I like
matter.
using outlier as a verb. I like that one more.
Alright, so... But they can hear you, definitely. Is he... Guitari, it bugs me again! Ah! What? Oh dear. Okay, so, somebody want to say what happened last week?
Not really.
No?
I wasn't here, so I can't.
Last week, Cormac had a discussion with the jellyfish after going outside. Or was it before or after going outside? Or both?
Both.
Fair enough. And has decided the jellyfish has to die at some point. Shiv created his website, had a discussion with a Fox thing in the computer, and that's basically the summary of what Shiv did. There was some stuff with Mir, but I can't quite remember what it was.
Some stuff with what?
Mira, Kira, whatever we're calling her.
Oh, what did she do? Oh, she went and looked for cat girls. Thank you for
Yep.
the lurk.
I mean, you completely cut out the stuff that Raiden did. He had to talk with, what the fuck is his name? Willis.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that too.
He did.
And he called him a coward several times, and Willis peed a bit.
He did not pee again.
Then he went out. He went outside in a rage and kicked a pinto, which detonated. So he's currently crawling around on the ground minus both legs.
Now I know you're lying.
I mean, you were here.
Yes, I was here.
Their
Wait,
conversation.
Carson was here.
Wait, but I thought she was there.
Oh dear God.
Here, there, and a little bit of everywhere.
Oh my
No, that's
God.
Oda.
Okay. So, yes, we had that going on. Back to my notes.
Mitchell said the same shit he said before. I'm gonna build a ship to run away. Oh, you should probably stop making waves, cause, I don't know how to swim.
You mean Willis?
What did I say, Wallace?
You said
Mitchell.
Mitchell. It's a different NPC.
Who cares?
Thanks for contributing. I figured
Doesn't really matter.
Kaya was actually reborn last week too. And then you guys
Yeah.
went out on your date to get to know her a little bit more. To her powers a little bit more. And
Grew some more flowers.
and you guys found out about the flowers that were out there. And that there was life outside the dome that
Yeah.
wasn't expected. You would think somebody
No.
would have gone out there by now and said that there was something out there, but maybe there's a reason. You don't know. What you do
yeah.
know is that
Or corporate government control. That's the reason.
yeah, okay, we'll go with that for you, and we'll see how that goes. And then Ignis was not here, so we will have a conversation with Ignis today. I think that's where we will start. Ignis. But this is a day after the lottery. There is a lot of conversation going on around the council. A lot of situations going on where you are being asked to be involved. A lot of conversations. And they're not yet council conversations, they're personal conversations.
It's the gossip wheel.
It's the gossip wheel.
The rumor mill.
And of course,
That's
it's on
the
something
thing I was
similar to, I don't know, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want to call it.
Like a Facebook group of just the rich people on Opus.
Particularly the council. So nobody outside of the council would be privy to this information.
Alright.
So their rumor mill is that there will be a council meeting soon that
Of course.
they're going to be, of course, talking about the arena itself, because now they're not certain what Opus is about to do. due to the fact that that was a failure on their part to feed Opus. Except they fed him one person. The one
Yeah.
person.
Wasn't even an entire person. You can't even count it.
Yeah. So there's just the rumor, is Opus going to retaliate, and if so, how many people may lose their lives because of it? Things like that. Do you start any of these rumors or talk in any of the rumors involving it?
Ignis isn't the type to start rumors, but he'll at least keep tabs on them, and
Mm-hmm.
shoot down ones that come towards like him and his involvement or business, where it's like, unless you are a member of my close circle, please don't start rumors or gossip about me, sort of deal.
Right.
But aside from that, it's like, I mean, the humans are scared, understandably so.
Mm-hmm. They are scared. This is the first time somebody has messed with the lottery since it became an Inception thing. And
With all the, go ahead.
and they know that Opus has a good amount of control on people. Now, what there has also been that has happened recently, within the last 24 hours, there has been an increase in suicides. Going into the, and let me get that picture up so you can see it. There. Where it says sick and all that kind of stuff. Been a lot of people throwing themselves into the... Oh, this didn't come up. Wow. My brain is not working today. Sorry.
That's alright. My brain doesn't work every day.
There. Increase in suicides. People are, it's still not? Wait, what?
It came up on ours now. Oh, Cormac's done some more drawing, by the way.
There we go.
Nothing.
I'm looking at the world map. I don't see any pictures. Well, other than the ones that Cormac has drawn.
You can't prove anything.
Somebody else might have drawn the drawings. Who knows?
No, they're in yellow.
That doesn't mean shit. Anybody can change their color.
It makes it more likely, and I'm all about circumstantial evidence. I am vengeance, not justice. Granted, you haven't offended me, so I don't give a fuck.
But there seems to have been some increases in suicide, throwing themselves off of the bridge and into the river, into the Rad River, and
Interesting.
that is bothersome to a degree. Because
Looks
most
like Opus gets their cut no matter what.
does seem like it, right? So
But
Hold on, can I just clarify here? So, the ritual murder and throwing in the pit of a bunch of Mexicims didn't happen. So a whole bunch of people are throwing themselves in the
there
Red
is
River.
an increase. I'm not saying there's a lot of people, but there is an increase.
it is certainly suspicious that it's happening all in one day, though.
Yes. Very suspicious. So, there's that going on. Another thing that is going on is there's been some rumbling in the areas of the outer rim. A few, a few problems with the hydroponics, and they're working through that. A few places have been destroyed and reborn. And then there's also the Mixisms that have their, and you do hear about this in the rumor build, Mixisms have a new leader.
Oh. I wonder whoever that could be.
Mhm.
Conrad Berger.
And not only that, but the Mixisms basically have a whole new way of dealing with the blood moon. It seems surprisingly not only accepting from them in the standpoint, but effective.
I mean, what's the before and after was? I thought like beforehand they'll just go into cages, and I'm pretty sure that's what
Mhm.
Raiden did with them.
But
No?
a lot of them would refuse to go in.
Oh, but this time they accept. Okay, got
They
it.
were very effective this time. So they
Because the
didn't,
cages are now comfy.
there has been a decrease in how many people were shot this night.
I shouldn't laugh. It's just, I don't know. The phrasing got me. All right.
So an increase in suicides, a decrease in how many Mixisms were shot during the blood moon.
Damn, how much do you hate the Mixisms that you kill yourself when you can't shoot them?
I mean, he's not
Like,
wrong.
good. Yeah, it is a good thing another one of our friends isn't here yet.
Alright. So, anything you want to do about it? Or just continue on with the rumor mills?
The rumor mills are the little humans can rummage about with their gossip and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But amidst these recent happenings, there is an old. Well, actually, I guess they're not that. Oh, I guess it has been a while at this point. But not so long ago, an individual by the name of Mitchell Graves came and greeted me.
You and your revenge.
And unbeknownst to him, well, no, he definitely knew that he was going to offend Ignis, but unfortunately for him, I remember things. So I will be activating a gift
So
by the name
petty.
of by the name of Pursuit of the Fury.
Pursuits of the Fury. That
I
would
must
be-
activate it as the miracle because it's not a gift that I natively have.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and do that real quick. Probably never will. It almost always suits its purposes for me just off of a miracle, but that's besides the case. For the rest of the scene, I have a constant awareness of Mitchell Graves' location, the fastest path to reach them. I can dispel any magical barriers that lie between him and myself, destroy up to 10 feet per round of anything short of divine materials that bar your path, and I can fly if necessary to reach the target. The target cannot get further away from me and my companions unless I allow it. If they move away, I magically follow them at the same distance. So if you were to teleport, I followed the same teleport.
Oh wow.
If he's riding away in a car, I pursue him at the car same rate passively.
Okay.
You may have forgotten, Kosa, but this is how he pursued
Oh
the
my
guy
god,
that,
that just turns you into the monster from It Follows.
I am not familiar with the reference, but I'm down with calling Ignis a monster. He's scary.
It's basically a thing that does that. It like personifies itself as like a homeless person that's always somewhere in the background of like every scene in the film. Until eventually it gets close enough to the person that it's following, and then it kills them.
But, well, we're not killing Mitchell Graves this time. Well, at least I'm not playing on it. I suppose he might attack me, in which case I'll be forced to defend myself, but I doubt that it'll come to that. I don't think Mitchell Graves is that type of character.
Not really.
I think if he wants to kill me, he's going to try to do it in a more sneaky fashion, because I don't, even if he's higher level than me, I don't think he wins a direct confrontation with me with the words of murder and knowledge. But using Aegis will hop into his car and we'll go for a little drive on the town to wherever Mitchell Graves happens to be hiding out at.
Surprisingly, Mitchell is not inside the town.
Oh,
But
fair enough. Is he underground?
he's an underground guy.
That makes sense.
Oh, there's a third word. Underworld.
Oh my god, you're right. You might be right though. Actually, hold on a second. No, I doubt it.
Yes, he's actually right.
Oh damn. All right, so he definitely doesn't want a direct confrontation, but
No.
we don't know that yet.
No.
All right.
So, Mitchell Graves is not inside Opus.
Fair enough.
Damn, got rejected even by the jellyfish. Bad.
But he is on planet.
on planet, in planet, same difference.
How far away from me is he then? Because I do have a constant awareness of his location. So it's like, is he like many miles underground, or what's going on with that case?
He's about 5 miles underground.
Man, this guy
Alright.
really doesn't want to be found.
Damn.
It's a longer trek than I initially thought then, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll make our way there on foot if necessary.
All right, so you're the first one to actually go underground in a long time.
Fair enough.
Hey.
Now the question is, how do you get there? According to your miracle thing, you're able to figure out a path, correct?
Yes.
All right.
If
So
there
the
is no peaceful
easiest
path, I'll have to
the
make my own. I
easiest
suppose.
path is to go through the cantina and into Liz's special area.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I will be going that way then.
Okay. Let me change things over.
Back to the scene that, like, at least one other person in the party is it.
Ooh. Yeah, it's not important.
All right.
I mean, Chip's within a mile of his computer. He could literally be anywhere within the cantina
Do
and
you
still
see
control
this
his
spot
site.
right here that I'm pinging?
I'm scanning the map. Scanning. I need another page.
It's
Oh, it's
in
the top left?
It's in the upper. Yeah, it's up here.
Oh, top right. Okay. Oh yeah, that does kind of look like a door, or well, a tunnel rather.
It's a tunnel.
Fair enough.
Right there. You find yourself wanting to go through that direction. Now, it is crumbling, so... Or it looks like it's crumbling. You are going to have to climb up. This is actually raised.
Looks like there's a hole right
Oh,
here.
fair enough. I mean, I can fly.
But you can fly, so that's not a problem. But
The bigger problem is like I mean, I guess Liz might be around and might stop me or something.
actually, Riley, are you in the area?
I can be.
All right, let's have you in the area watching, and you notice Ignis going to a place that you've never expected to go to.
Yeah, he's like he goes to the front, the bottom right entrance. He's just like very much just
Yeah,
he
that's
has purpose in his eyes.
as you pass the robot turns around and asks you where you're going.
The robot.
This robot?
Oh, is that the Roomba?
No.
No, it's the thing that's legally distinct from a Dalek.
Yes.
It's a full-on
Yeah,
target.
it's a fail look because it will be defeated by the first step.
Ignis will acknowledge it while walking. He will not be stopping while he speaks. Business underground as he sprouts wings and flies up here.
All right. So, Riley, you just noticed that Ignis is flying up and heading up there as well. Where are you, Riley? Are you like right here? Wait, you could actually be noticing
You can wherever
this.
you want.
Yeah. Put yourself in. Okay.
I imagine based on timing, the crowd to the right is not presently there.
No.
Kaya
They're
is
not
already
talking.
there.
I mean,
They're not gonna
most of
see
the crowd
it.
that would physically be depends on who's looking at the flowers that have sprouted up down here, or deflowered.
We're just not gonna assume that you guys may be there, but you're far enough away from the door not to see it. However, Riley was coming up down this way anyway, and did notice.
All right. Well, when he flies up, she'll just casually walk up she'll walk up the vertical surface, and then in the process of doing like the vampire like step over the edge onto the now proper surface at the top, and just be like, "What you looking for?"
I have a meeting with someone in the underground, and to my understanding, this is the easiest path there.
Cool. You want any backup?
Sure. I think I mentioned him in the past, but I'm going to go pay our good friend Mitchell Graves a visit.
All right. I've heard the name. I don't think Ryland's actually been in a scene with him.
You've always thought of him as a legend, a urban legend.
Basically, the unicorn.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that practically any characters in this could be, urban legends until the
Right.
whole Godbound
But
process.
even
So,
with the cops and things, it's always been considered an urban legend, and anytime a cop brought it up, it was considered a joke.
Sure thing, officer. Yeah, Kaiser Soze is totally real.
He's like the criminal underground Illuminati.
It's Kaiser Soze, man.
Yeah, it's the literal Kaiser Soze myth.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so movie reference, super elusive criminal guy. But yeah, I should just be like, I mean, prior to all this, I would have probably laughed at you for bringing up that name, but fair enough.
It's the second time I have brought it up. He was the individual who trespassed upon my home about a month or two prior.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Well, potentially the first cop to ever actually meet the guy, of seeing as he apparently is real.
It's real. And well connected with the Devil Rules, apparently. Wonder if this is the
What
same
the what?
mechanism that he uses.
What did
For
you
the
say?
Devereaux
That
prison
kind of
cell.
went. What did you say?
That he said that he's also apparently connected with the Devereaux.
Yeah.
Well, no, I knew he was connected with the Devil Rules. I didn't use the word apparently. But, Ignis speculating whether or not this is the same entrance and exit to the underground that Mitchell Graves uses, or if he has his own exit or entrance, or if he just teleports. Might just teleport. Fortunately, I don't have any teleportation. I have to go around physically like a plebeian.
We have an
I'm
ad
sure
break
if you
going on
oh,
in
There.
5 minutes, so we'll
in 5
finish.
minutes,
We'll
right.
finish this
Well,
scene and
she'll,
then yeah.
she'll make the joke. I'm sure you could probably throw enough money at that problem. Wait, actually, before making that comment, is he there as Ignis or Dominic?
Dominic.
You've seen enough shit. You've seen enough shit.
Well, no. I haven't seen. I mean, for all, yes, none of us see Dominic and Ignis in the same room. I'm still going under the basis that I have not seen anything in character that would make me actually think that Dominic and Ignis are the same person.
Fair enough.
And big ass CEOs, big rich CEOs are known to be elusive.
Again, fair enough.
Well,
my way
plus,
down,
I don't believe that Ignis is the Dracul would be able to be down here without being shot at.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. They may take Draco as being a potential threat,
Yeah.
whereas Dominic is known.
Yes.
We're making my way down rock, flying fast, like tides pass, and I'm murder bound.
But yeah,
So yeah,
well,
she'll retcon the little jab as I'm sure your brother's company could probably pay for it.
I'm sure.
I mean,
Pay enough money to let you teleport.
I mean, they live in. On the basis they live in the same building, the idea of Ignis just having a good amount of wealth to throw at a problem still applies.
So
Well, I mean, yes and no. I wouldn't assume that that Dominic has any control actually over the family fortune, because it's always been Ignis. Dracul is head of the company and all that.
Fair enough.
I mean, hell, for all I know,
Still has-
Dominic could be the brother that had a major drug problem and never got anything concrete in the family business because he can't be trusted with it. I don't know.
He's mentioned before he has a pretty decent allowance because he said he bought the tickets with his own money, not with rules.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I remember that.
But
Yeah, so
in any case-
Riley will follow along, having a look.
As you get
Hope you're
to
not afraid.
that spot right there, you notice that it is cracked. It seems like it would be a tunnel to go down, but the door itself is a stone door that is cracked. You could try to push it open, or you could try to just go through the crack.
how large is the crack?
It's large enough for you to uncomfortably go through.
So it would be a squeeze.
I will use a second skin to become a very small individual and then go through the crack.
Okay. You head through the crack, and we are now at ads. So, or we will be at
And I'm a
ads in
lithe
1
elf.
minute. Yes, you
I'm
are
a very
very
lithe elf anyway.
Riley elf, and you could easily get through because you're so thin. So when the ad is over, so we're going to take a 3 minute break because of course the ads are coming. When that you finally get to the other side, then we will start again, and I'll tell everybody what they see. I don't have a picture of it, but I will tell you what you see. So
There's a non-zero chance that Riley learns about the gig, and that they are both the same identity. Because Mitchell Graves knows. It was one of the secrets he flaunted the last time we talked.
yes, that he knows who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
are.
mean, the funny
we are
thing
now in an
is,
ad break.
yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, Riley, like, chances are Cormac as well, and Kira wouldn't give a shit. It'd just be like, oh, that's cool. Okay, fair enough.
Why do you think Kira would care? She wouldn't. She probably
Exactly.
the same person anyhow. It's like, oh no, that's someone else. What?
It's never occurred to her that multiple people can have the same name. So everyone calling him like Ignis, well, he just must be, he just must have the company under the other name. She doesn't care.
Oh, Ignis
Is
is
he
the
a cockroach? No. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Cockroach
Like,
logic.
it's not
They all
that
look
they
the
have
same.
different names. It's not the same names. It's like they just both have the same last name. They just both go by their last name.
That
For the
makes you
most
the
part.
same person.
But that's assuming that Kira understands the concept of family name. Sorry, Mira.
Listen, she goes by her last name, so look, she can identify each cockroach separately. You guys all look the same. No, that one's Fred. Don't you see a little black dot on his face?
This is interesting, though. I didn't think about this, but I suppose Underground might be. Actually, I shouldn't speculate too much. At least not during that break.
It looks like a hole in the
What do you
ground.
speculate? I'll just have the answer soon enough.
Nope. Joke's on you.
Well, if you guys, this is a good time, and I need to go get yourself a drink and whatnot, and we have 2 minutes to go on this ad break. I'm surprised they actually finally got the ad break thing in progress to work. For 2 years straight, I've been trying to get this thing to work, and now all of a sudden it is.
Yeah, there's now a countdown coming up to like 5 minutes before the break.
Well then.
Well, the ad you can stop random ad breaks if you just ran like
I did for
ad
a
at
moment
our
there.
stream, right?
I did a moment for there. Yeah, you can pre-rolls. You can stop pre-rolls.
Yeah, by just running ads of your own volition throughout the broadcast, right?
Unfortunately, Amazon will occasionally force them itself.
It still forces them, so I just let it go.
Fair.
Yeah, and the thing that we get now is the broadcaster in chat will see a message saying ad break in 5 minutes, and you have 3 times that you can postpone an ad, but you only like postpone it by like 5 minutes. And I don't know if it allows you to do that multiple times on the same advert, or if it's 3 times during
I
the
haven't
stream.
tried it multiple times yet on the same advert, but I have tried it just a minute ago because they were talking, and I was like, okay, I'll hit that button.
Well, yeah, next time it comes up, see if it says 3 out of 3 or 2 out of 3. Because if it's 2 out of 3, then it's 3 times per stream. If it's 3 out of 3, then it is you get 3 opportunities per ad, which would be nice if it is that.
We'll see. But I did hit it already once because they were talking.
I mean, I just basically ignored it because the 2 people watching my live stream were subscribers, so they would see the adverts anyway.
Well, then.
Which is also weird because I'm not subscribed to you, but I don't get the ads.
Oh, interesting. So like, I forgot, but it's like obviously ads or pre-roll ads aren't on like the VOD. So like, this is coming up for the YouTube group.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this is still going to be
That's
on
straight
the
recording.
YouTube. Okay, so back
So,
to what we're
it's like-
playing because the
Fine.
ads are over. You head through
The untouched.
the crack in the door, and since you decided not to move the doors, you just head right through.
Yep, we'll squeeze through. He can shapeshift, and I'm a live elf.
And on the other
What's happening?
side, Riley, you see two statues of a half elf.
So it's the same as the statue down the bottom that I've never seen from the right hand side.
Yes.
Hmm. Interesting.
The person depicted has some sort of deeper meaning to you. Like, do you know them?
What would you want for how much I can infer? Intelligence or wisdom?
It would have to be a wisdom because intelligence, why you would
Yeah.
not know. So what did you?
All right, she's just kind of
get?
shrugging. Like it does mean something, but
You failed.
I can't remember.
Oh well. Ignis will
Come on, man.
Go
I've been
back
an above
to-
ground elf most of my life.
Ignis will go ahead and retake the form of Dominic Ignis after getting through the small crack in the wall.
Dominic and okay, yeah, all right. So you guys head
And
through
then-
you're heading through, and it is a reasonably well groomed hallway.
Fascinating. Looks like clean service still finds their way back to here.
There's not really any cracks in the floors. It's very nice. It's actually almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? Religious?
It's pristine.
Pristine. There's the word. Pristine. As you walk through, you see marble floors and you see these statues going all the way along. And
So
then,
it kind of looks like an entrance to a temple kind of thing.
mm-hmm. And then it starts heading downstairs and it breaks into a fork in a road. Riley,
Okay.
you feel yourself being pulled to the right, while Ignis is feeling pulled to the left.
Ignis goes left without hesitation.
Hmm.
Now the staircase
you know what,
is
she-
actually very, very, very long. It takes time to get down there. You almost feel like you've gone at least almost a mile down.
Oh, just coming down the staircase towards this split.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hell of a trek.
It is.
As I'm walking, would it be fair to assume that like Riley's are like hesitating?
Yeah. You notice that she's
it-
hesitating.
Oh.
Ignis will look back. Is everything okay?
She's gonna like kind of look at the other pathway, like. I'm gonna come back to that.
What's wrong?
And she'll head along. Like you know where you're going.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, she's just gonna follow along with Agnes.
Okay, so you're gonna travel
But gotta keep.
left.
She's gonna keep casually glancing back at the for the moment because of that. Something along there for her. But at the same time, the player doesn't want to break the party right now. Because then
Right.
we end up literally in the exact same spot that we've been in for the past 6 months.
This
What do you
is
mean you
true.
don't wanna be alone?
Ignis, oblivious
Don't-
to the qualms of the player characters, will say that if there's something you need to check out, feel free to do so. Otherwise,
My
we keep
job-
going.
She's gonna use the age old. If it's waited this long, it can wait. It can wait 10 minutes. You know.
Well, probably be longer than
I've
10
waited all
minutes,
my
but
life.
fair.
I've waited all my life for this. What's another 30 seconds? Kind of thing, you know?
Ignis will shrug and then move on.
Alright, so
Have you been down here before? I realize you're an elf,
What?
but I don't remember if you were born underground or if you've lived above ground your entire life.
Well, you would have the information because you did the check on the characters before mine. Yeah, she was born underground. Wait, actually, were you asking that in character?
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, she'll just be like, yeah, I was born in the lower levels.
Katari did a pin on Abandon Thy Pants when you enter here.
How'd you end up above ground anyway? There aren't many passageways between the overworld and underworld.
It's a long and boring story that involves several families.
Fair enough.
Long and boring story that I haven't written yet.
No, actually, it's
Yeah,
written.
kinda.
We've all been there.
Well, there's bits of it written. She'll kind of non-committally be like, it's the age-old story of family issues, and eventually, I ended up with an what's the term? I ended up with extended family on the surface, and well, they can be kind of unwelcoming to those returning. You see few enough in the city because, well, those that go tend not to come back.
So,
Fair enough.
you guys continue down the way, and it starts to become a little bit rugged. The terrain has now gone to being more rocky than pristine. And you start hearing the sounds of clanging and of possibly a drill in the area.
And someone in the distance singing Kagano Usun.
What?
It's a song from Dwarf Fortress.
Oh. But
And
you
then
do,
we got
but you do hear the sounds of what seems to be mining down there.
Well, Riley, I just mentioned what sounds like we're getting close to the miners, to the mining.
Dwarves.
Funny thing
Well.
is, you've never met a dwarf. None of you have. You've only heard of the legends
Yeah,
of
Riley-
Most of them know.
dwarves.
Riley's got a comically eyebrow arch at Dominic. Like, dwarves.
Never met
You've
one.
never
I've
been
heard
that. You've
stories.
never been down this far, have you?
No. Never been underground before. It's the first time adventure for me.
Well, you may want to abandon the tropes of miners.
It's of no consequence to me either way, I suppose.
And
Yeah, for one individual in particular.
Oh, man, I'm actually very interested to even simply lay eyes on the dude. So you've literally met him, and my entire career was full of people who would laugh at the mere mention of the name. Mitchell Graves, that's not a guy that exists. You're stupid.
I don't remember how much I talked about before, but he sought me out
Did.
last time. Or rather, my brother.
Oh, I mean,
They-
considering your brother's position, and I mean the few abilities I've seen you perform, I could understand why somebody in that position would want something to do with you.
More about Liz, actually. Wasn't very forthcoming with information, which is probably his nature. But when he came over, he was mostly talking about Liz and wanted me to, quote unquote, keep an eye on her. Presumably because of her recent more brazen activities when becoming associated with Cormac.
Mm.
Although Cormac would not like Mitchell Graves either.
No one likes Mitchell Graves, and that's kind of the point.
So,
He's kind of gonna. She's just gonna like sort of do that nod in agreement, like, yeah, I could see that. Fair enough.
They have some sort of past with well, he does have some sort of past with the Devereaux. Once upon a time, they seem to have been closer friends, but Mitchell Graves' moral compass leaves them at odds with the Devereaux, from what I could tell.
at least with Liz.
True, at least with Liz. Unknown with Willis, although Willis doesn't give me the vibe of liking anyone, not even his own wife sometimes.
I wouldn't know. I've literally never been in the same room as the guy.
Fair enough.
That is true. She's never been in the same room.
Well, to describe him shortly, he's arrogant, insufferable, and annoying. And also very arrogant. Like I
Wait, I
said.
thought you were describing Willis.
Oh, no, that was about Mitchell Graves.
Oh, I was gonna say, why are you describing me?
I was literally thinking there, like, in character, would she make the joke? Oh, so just like Cormac.
Yes, but more of a coward.
Interesting, you would say more.
Mitchell? It's too first. No one who spends their entire life.
Oh,
hiding
I'm meaning in terms of I'm meaning in terms of comparing him to Cormac, considering Cormac's like literally done nothing cowardly the entire
That's
thing.
the point. Mitchell Graves is like Cormac, but a coward.
Mm,
And much less.
right, I got you.
Alright, so as you're continuing down that way, you definitely notice these little people. Probably about 3 to 4 feet tall, with a decent stature, not your typical what you would consider a dwarf, but they are smaller and they are more bulky in stature. And they are hitting the area with drills and mining. And as you're getting closer, you get stopped by two of them. And they have guns.
And we're scared. Why?
You don't have to be scared or not, but they are still going to stop you and say, this is a restricted area. Why are you here?
Passing
And
through.
what'd you say?
Passing through.
Why are you not going the other direction?
Because we're here.
It's the cocaine.
There is no way out from this direction.
I'll find my own way. Let's stay aside.
No.
Yeah, wait a minute. What do we see beyond these two people that are like literally less than half my height?
You actually see a wall. And it's a very, very thick. It's basically mining wall. They are slowly making a path towards something deep underground, and you're literally
Okay,
a mile underground.
If we look up, what do we see?
You see dirt and rock.
Right, so like this is like going into a mine shaft.
Yes, you are going into a mine
Right.
shaft. There is no way back.
What do you mean, no way back?
Well, you cannot just pass through here. It ends here.
But my gifts are still leading me forwards, essentially, like through the wall.
They're leading you downward
Okay, into the mining shaft.
into
Got
the
it.
mining shaft.
Look, they're sure then you just beat them up.
Ask
Uh-oh.
Katari. I have no idea why she pinned that.
Ignis will stare at the small individual in the eye and say, "This is with Mitchell Graves. You'll stand aside, or I'll kill you."
Wait, what?
And I will roll intimidation, or well, charisma to intimidate him.
Did you say this is for Mitchell Graves?
I'm not in the habit of repeating myself, dwarf.
Yeah. Make fun of him more.
Oh damn, we failed to intimidate. Unlucky.
You've definitely failed
Oh
to
my
intimidate.
I'd say if they know who Mitchell Graves is, I think they think you're the least of their problems.
It's because he's a gnome and you call him a dwarf.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
so you thought we were in Dwarf Fortress. We're actually in Nomoria.
You do not
Yeah, we're
want
Nomagon.
to go this direction. Please
One more
turn
time?
around.
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out.
You do not want to go this direction. Please turn around.
I don't take orders from mortals. And then I'll initiative.
All right, fine.
Well, initiative's a broad term. I'll just be going first.
Go.
As Ignis will rush forwards, grab the gun, and crush it.
Hey, that was expensive.
All right, so we're gonna have a mob situation. Got it. Okay.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
it's a full mob. Interesting. I thought there was only two.
There are two that are there, but there is a whole entire mining crew in the area.
Fair enough.
Hey, you sure brought the person who can make their own mob.
Would you like me to resolve this as an attack roll or a strength check?
Strength check.
Gun
Successful.
is crushed.
You destroyed this amazing, strong gun in seconds, and they're
warning.
like,
It wasn't
Final
sure.
warning.
you don't want to go that direction.
I know what I want to do just fine. Now stand aside.
Okay, mob. Riley, do you do anything? Because you're
Beat 'em up.
next.
Right. The other dude, he's got a gun as well, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, do you want a dexterity check to disarm him and lob his gun behind me, away from where him and the
Sure.
mob are?
Sure. Successful.
Oh, I'm still posting as that. Right, yeah. So yeah, she'll like with Ignis rushing forward, she will suddenly appear next to the dude and whip the gun out of his hand and lob it. She's also gonna take the pen out and the whole shebang of dismantle the thing like in the martial arts movies because it's cool. Lob it away, so he hasn't got a gun now. And then she's simply going to ask him, why don't we go that way? Why do you not want us to go that way?
There is radiation that direction. And they hit the button. Sir, we have a problem here.
Who do they think they are?
And the miners all stop and start heading towards you guys. The one has hit the communication and says, "Sir, we have a problem here." The other one looks at you like, if it is your grave if you decide to go down there.
Beat them up. Take their wallets.
Well, I mean, I believe I'm actually technically immune to radiation.
They don't
if
know
I
that.
choose to be.
They don't know that.
Yeah. So, I mean, generally, if Ignis wants to, if Dominic wants to march face first into radiation,
How far
it's up to
underground
him.
are we at this point?
You're a mile underground.
So we still got 4 more to go. Jesus Christ.
Holy moly, you're only a mile down.
Oh, man.
But you know it's
All right,
taking
well-
you down that shaft.
Right. If we're still in chat ability, are we still able to talk to them before they
You
actually?
kind of have
start?
intimidated them by breaking their weapons.
And they don't need them.
But there
Yeah.
is the crew that is going towards you to protect their friends.
Please. If you're able to survive down here, I'll find my own way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would grasp the concept that currently their friends are not splattered against the wall, so they don't actually have to protect them.
All they
But,
said is,
two
it is your
two
grave
two
if you
dudes
go
that start
down there.
waving around guns.
Yeah, those two were just basically guards.
Is there like a map on a wall or something? Some kind of like blueprint of the area.
There is a blueprint. It's written in a weird language.
Right, but it doesn't have pictures.
Yeah, it has drawings.
Just take
Yeah, is it enough that we can, sort of work out the layout of the area, what they've mined out in that?
For the most part, you can. You do know that it is going to definitely take you all the way down.
Right. So. Okay. So yeah. Riley's just gonna be like, all right. So how do we get lower without going through this area? Then, seeing as it's such a problem.
You could have gone right. The elves tend to have their own shaft.
Wait a minute,
So-
wait a minute. This is out of character. You never mentioned that there were two underground civilizations here. You mentioned
Oh, I
one.
did actually. I meant that there was dwarves and there are elves, and you know about the elves. I did a long time ago.
Dun, dun, dun,
All right, well, if you did, then that was a passing mention because
It was a passing. It was a passing
as I was
mention
aware.
because of the fact that nobody lives in this area.
Fair.
I mean,
yeah,
a minor
but
are.
it's just that fact of right. So there's an entire civilization here that's basically only had a very brief passing mention, and
Because
you
they don't
didn't think it might be
people-
prudent to mention this. That this would be a civilization that we know about, and it's separate to the elves. Because I was under the impression by your statements that dwarves were not a thing. Like the whole mining dwarves were not a thing in this universe. That spot was actually taken up by elves.
No, I actually did say that both were there
Right.
and they worked
Okay.
together.
Because legitimately, when you mentioned about 3 foot tall people coming up, I was going to say, these better not be elves because I'm an elf and I'm 6 foot.
No,
Six foot four
direction.
specifically.
Oh, these are 3 by 3 by 3. They're like a cube.
That's why
They're
you
cubic.
were
Organ cubes. Oh no.
You were being
They're like-
drawn towards going towards the elf direction, where he was being drawn towards going towards the dwarf direction.
It's alright, no one cares about the dwarves.
Nobody knows about the dwarves because there's no
Well,
dwarves up
also,
above
wait a minute.
in Opus.
Oh, wait a minute. Because this is a thing here. We enter from the ruin under Third Eye Cantina.
Yes.
Yes.
And you never mentioned there being any other branching paths until we got to that one.
Yes.
So, and then
Nobody
we went
would-
along,
nobody would have
according to
known.
you,
Nobody would have known because you
You
had to go
said-
through the crack.
right? Yeah, but we went through that, went along a corridor, down a big ass flight of stairs, hit a junction, took one route, and ended up in an unfinished mine shaft.
Yes.
How did they get into the place? Do they like traipse through Lizzie's basement every day on their way to the mine?
No, they never go up into Opus. They stay down there.
Right. So
They
how did
live
we
further
not
down
pass the
somewhere.
entrance?
They live actually
how-
further down.
They live where they work.
Right. So wait a minute. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna have to draw this to sort of explain.
Yeah.
Well, I'm understanding based against what you're saying.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to draw this at the top here. So,
Do you want me to give you a blank slate so you can draw it?
no, it's fine. It's
Like-
fine.
Dev, they live in the radiation, man. What? Come on.
They live in the
I'm
radiation area.
outright not understanding this.
They
D-
live
d-
in the
d-
radiation.
All right, so
phase
you
and
went
then-
to the dwarven thing, right? You hit a dead end. There's a mine shaft that goes down. They live down the shaft.
Yeah, but we were told that the shaft does. We were at the end of the shaft.
You're at the end of the tunnel you're currently in.
Yeah, but
Tunnel in the
there was
shaft.
no mention that you walk through a bit and there's like a whole pile of mine shafts and you pick one.
No.
There was no mention
No,
of
no,
anything
hold
like
on,
that.
hold
They're-
on.
Dude, they're mining
Don't
up,
mention.
not down.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a visual aid for this because I do not understand how the fuck this place is
I
laid
knew
out.
I should have had made this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, give me a second.
Well,
I'll,
you
I'll,
really
I'll
should,
give
'cause-
you a direction.
I just wanted to talk to funny Mr. Info Broker. I didn't want to go on the dungeon crawl.
Yeah,
You are on
we
the
seem to have
front row, and
gone.
the rest of us are laughing.
We
Like,
seem
this
to have
is
went into a tunnel which has no other entrance, and yet somehow we've ran into
No entrance that you found yet.
Yeah, just take us over to a white map real fast.
I don't understand this. Yeah, someone's gonna have to draw something out because I'm having a hard time trying to figure out this location.
Please give me a second.
We're drawing it. Hold on. Just hold on to your paints.
Well, I can't draw on it because there's not a.
There is something to draw on now. Go for it.
I can't. I see nothing. You're gonna turn off the
Yeah.
lighting.
It's as dark as everyone's
Oh, it's
soul.
dark. Oh no.
Yeah, you've still it's still doing that thing with the dynamic vision range thing.
One
Why?
gem.
It doesn't say that it has it. Oh, there it is. Can you see now? It is black. It is totally black here.
I can't see anything.
But we can't draw in the black.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see a little dot, but this
That's
is just
the whole entire page is black.
okay. Well, now looking at the bottom of the map, you guys came up like this, right? You guys hit 2 paths. You
Yes.
decided not to go right, so you followed left, hit a dead end. There's a mine shaft going downward right here.
Yes.
Is there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because everything that I've heard basically said it was that minus the main shaft.
No.
It got mentioned because Ignis is basically staring down it right now.
Right, well, I apparently completely missed that.
All right. Given that, I now understand what you're getting caught up on then. But
You cannot go further than here.
Wait, they can.
They can, but you'll go into the wall.
I mean,
Yeah, because
this
that
time
was
it
what was mentioned that I remembered was that, okay, so what do we see in front? Well, we see a wall. Okay, so we're at the end of a mine shaft, but we haven't we
There's-
haven't walked through like a place where the dwarves are living and then entered the mine shaft.
There is a mine shaft
Spot.
down there. They did. If you go
Right, so
down there,
shouldn't-
they say that you are going to go into radiation.
now it's like, is this
And then
radiation?
they live there.
Like,
Yes, they do.
Yes, they're not the smartest dwarves on the planet.
Why are you guys also assuming they're telling you the truth?
I'm not, but I haven't gotten to the point of making the check yet to sense motive.
Look,
Want to make sure we sort out the geography of the area before we start getting into the social interaction.
So
You
So
also
the,
know,
yeah,
as
we've
an
got
elf,
drawings.
as an elf, you know
right,
that the elves live down here as well, and they do have a mine shaft of their own, but theirs is more elaborate.
theirs doesn't
You
have
are being
radiation.
pulled right because that is the way your family is.
He didn't care about his family. Well, she didn't care about her family right now. They don't matter.
right. Well, okay. So for the purposes of this, right, Riley's just gonna look at Ignis and like, well, what do you want to do? Because you apparently know where you're going.
What causes the radiation underground? Or, well, further into the ground? Obviously, we're already underground.
You ask them.
Yeah.
There are elements within the area that have been there for several thousand years.
The gold, bro.
And these elements are all-encompassing along this pathway?
No. Have you ever
Could you
been
lead us
into a
out?
mine before?
No.
There are areas where you can find some metals, some gems, and some elements that we don't normally use around.
And you could guide us downwards.
You can go down. If you want to go down, you can go downwards, but you are going into radiation.
And like
Do
these guys, like,
we
they don't,
know? do we know on like a civilization level that if dwarves are immune to radiation by default?
You've never met a dwarf. You have no clue.
But is this a thing? Because
Well, I was about to
if
ask
we
them.
know about if we know about the civilization, regardless if we've met one or not, we should be able to know, like, okay, so these guys are innately radiation proof.
I'm trying to explain this. Most people think of this as an urban legend. That there are dwarves, that there are elves.
Okay,
Most
that
people
society
think
is
of
seeming
this.
more and more dumb by the day.
Please bear with me. Most people have never met, in fact, nobody up above has really met, except for maybe Mitchell Graves, dwarves. And on the other side, you know that there are very few elves that ever go up to the surface. As an elf, though, you do have an opportunity to find out if you already know this information, since you were an elf. Please make a roll, intelligence. Okay. You do know that there is some type of immunity towards radiation for dwarves. You have met a dwarf before, a long, long, long time ago. And they talk in a different language, yet you can understand this language because it's the same language that most of the Elvens use too.
Right, so we're basically talking Dwelvish.
Yeah,
Right.
not 12ish, but something similar to.
Yeah, Dwelvish.
If you want to call it Dwelvish, fine. It's an ancient language, unlike what is normal. It's not a language you would know in Opus, typically.
Do Heretites also share this, like, radiation resistance /
Yes.
immunity?
Yes.
Okay.
And out of interest, what about elves? Considering they're living underground?
Most of them do, because they've already been radiated at some point. So yes, they do have some immunity as well.
Alright. She's just gonna be like, fuck it, if you want to risk the radiation, y'all short ass motherfuckers can see I got pointy ears. I don't give a shit.
Alright, I guess this is a question where it's like, let me copy paste this real quick. Because I can see you going either way on this. As my character should know. Oh, that's already almost minimized. So I'm going to link a second scan real quick. So, in the context of most Godbound games, of which this gift was written for, most races do not have substantial physiological advantages over one another.
Right.
That is not the case in this setting.
Right.
If I were to use a second skin to become a Heritite, would that confer to me radiation resistance / immunity as well, or no?
Yes,
I can see this
I will
either
go
way.
ahead, yes.
Alright. In that case, Ignis will use a second skin to take the form of a nondescript male Heritite, and then start making his way towards the mining shaft.
They will let you go through
Alright,
and they will shake their heads. Your funeral.
Wait, don't say no.
I'm half robot and an elf, so I don't really care. Also, I think I'm being AFK'd, so Riley's just gonna follow along with Ignis for now.
Sorry, this got
also,
a
you
lot
may want to
more.
switch back.
I just want to confess, this scene has been much more involved than I thought it ever would be.
I've been
Just to be
hoping
clear.
somebody would go south at some point, and finally somebody has gone south, and now.
Yeah, and then you thought, fuck it,
I mean,
involve Nav, and he's gonna pick apart the radiation.
I mean, a bunch of them have gone south. before. We made checks, we just didn't go through that thing because we all thought it was just not a door.
Yeah. Hero's gone
It's a crack.
underground
Towards it.
to the sewers.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back. So as I say, just Riley's just going to follow along and assist with
Alright.
Ignis currently. I'll be back.
So, Ignis, you head down the shaft, and this shaft does take you down another 4 miles. As you pass, you are passing a few civilizations as you are where there have been people, far as dwarves. You'll see dwarves that direction. You do see some small, like, villages, and I'm putting that in quotes, in that area. And then you keep going down. Do you ever stop to see more, or do you just let it go?
Not at this point. This could definitely be room for a revisitation with the full party, though. But for now, we're here with one goal in mind.
You get back to the underground sanctuary and it's like, hey Liz, you know there's an entire civilization of dwarves underneath your club?
I mean, she knows.
She knows.
She should know. Shoot. If she doesn't, I have questions.
She knows full
She-
well. You guys just never
She
had
probably
to ask
hasn't
it.
explored them all, but she probably knows of their existence at the very least.
Yeah. So you finally get down to the 5th mile. And you see a building towards your left. And you are feeling that pull towards that building. Now, the building is made out of rock. It's more along the lines of, its own little cave dwelling. But it is become a little bit more ornate than when you were up at the edge of when you started with the shaft. This is an ornate place. You have marble on the floors. You have some gold along the area, and runes all around the door.
I will walk up to the door and I will give my loudest, heartiest, most booming knock.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock, motherfucker.
Not knock knock, just knock.
You just
Ah,
knock
like you-
so
Girl Scout
loud.
cookies.
Now, funny
Hey,
thing
Bud
is
Golly.
that this stone is actually stronger than normal. It's kind of like in the equivalent of star metal. And you do feel a reverb back at you when you do that knock.
Here, I was
Ouch.
hoping you were gonna try to break it.
You can't break it.
Yet.
You can't break it.
Yet.
We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, regardless of if I can or cannot,
The door
I don't wish to,
slides
so it doesn't
into
matter.
the wall, and you open it. And you see Mitchell Graves just giving you that. Why are you here?
At this point, our Riley is not here at the moment, but
Mhm.
I will resume my form of Dominic Ignis.
Look, she saw a butterfly, okay?
Well, you've seen my abode. I wanted to see yours. We have a moment to talk. It's been quite the journey.
Fine. Take a seat.
Ignis will step inside and take a seat.
You brought somebody
He
else with
literally
you
picks
too.
up a chair.
I think they're a little
I'll-
lost. They might need to find their way back here.
I will. I mean, I'm not gonna ask Riley to stand outside. He's trapped with me. He can also come inside.
Just come on in.
I'm back, but I'm eating.
Oh, perfect timing. Welcome back.
The
I hope you
door,
brought enough for the class.
stone door now closes. You're sitting on a couch and he's kind of just standing there.
You're a difficult man to find, Mitchell Graves.
I don't like to be found.
Very well. When last we spoke, you mentioned that you deal in secrets,
I
which
do.
currently suits my needs, because I'm currently in the business of deal.
What is your deal?
The T'Pol. He's, well,
He gives
rather
you a
Opus.
smirk.
First and foremost, are we beyond the sphere of influence of the T'Pol and Opus's psychic link?
You are away from it.
Wonderful.
We are out of the area. Actually, no.
I like how you use the wording "you are." It,
What?
you said you are out of the range. He
I
asked,
said-
"Are we?"
We are out of the range.
Splendid. I want to know about the T'Pol. Everything that you know. What she is, her purviews, motivations. Is she even free-willed? Or is she just a psychically controlled mouthpiece for Opus?
Interesting. She's a mouthpiece. But she
Suspicions?
is not the greatest person to know, ever. That's not going to be the right one. We'll just go ahead and go with the regular Opus City, because I don't think you're going to find this right now.
There.
And wait.
Anyway. She's a mouthpiece, but she still has some ability. What do you...
Such as. She's a.
Before,
like,
before she totally got to become a thrall to Opus, she's never truly been the right person for the job of running our area, the city. What all do you want to know?
Everything you know. I spent the better part of a few hours getting here. I can sit here for a few more hours and listen to what you've got to say.
I know a lot about her. So we'll start with the questions. The first question you have, please repeat it. I'm sorry. I didn't hear it that well as a player.
The T'Pol, clearly a creature like us, her powers are likely limited to some amount of purviews. What are they? Basically asking for her words.
Oh, you want the words. Oh, okay. She has the ability to destroy the entire area. Birth
We all
and
do.
rebirth. Fire. She has fire. And she at one time had something similar to... find it. I wrote it down a long time ago. We've never thought about I never thought about going into it right away. Uh,
I'm currently still on the list of questions that I just told you that.
yeah, I should have had these ready. I like I said, I woke up late today.
That's fair.
Uh, so I'll give me a short second for this. There we go. She has command, or did at one time. Now Opus has command.
So the creature that is Opus has essentially taking dominion over the T'Pol's previous abilities.
Yes. He basically has stolen her abilities. Has fire as well.
And in this relationship, has Opus brought any of their own abilities or capabilities to this? Clearly, there's some form of a powerful psychic, but beyond that,
Did you
Opus's own
not
abilities are
notice that
unknown.
the liquid that is always flowing on everybody, everywhere, we're always wet and misty?
You.
So, water. Right?
That water is not water. That water has some psychic ability. And if Opus wants to, can send everybody into their death.
You.
But that Opus is this food source and just starves to death, so unlikely to happen. But
Right.
I suppose it is a possibility.
I'm AFK again.
You're just Opus's food source.
And how do the Devereaux fit into this network? You obviously have some sort of pass with the T'Pol, as I assume you do as well. Yes.
Used to be assassins for the T'Pol.
And that changed when Opus got involved, or
It changed when, not only when Opus did, but also when the T'Pol herself sent Willis into a spoke and had him destroy the area as an engineer and killed her political foe. Did not know that they were there. They were told that it was cleared. Unfortunately, the T'Pol was deceiving them.
at this point it was distinctly the T'Pol, or at this point was it already Opus had taken control?
It is uncertain.
Fair enough.
Because that would have been about the time when she did start to change. A lot of things changed then as well. Liz killed her brother and became slave to the T'Pol. With that, she was used as an assassin to destroy. And Willis noticed her and bought her from the T'Pol. And from there, their life began to grow together. Unfortunately, I cannot answer when the DePaul changed completely, but I can tell you she is no longer in control.
I don't know. Suppose that will change my frame of questioning to concern Opus then. Opus's primary motivation is just to sustain itself, correct?
And expand.
So it also wants to grow.
And will use whatever means possible to expand.
Is Opus more or less omniscient to the happenings on the city?
Connected to everybody, so basically yes.
Connected to everyone.
That's the case. Southam hasn't just killed the Devereaux then. You, I get, you're outside of this sphere of influence, way deep underground here, but they live on the surface.
I'm not sure why it hasn't killed the Devereaux, or why the Devereaux are still up there. They have thought about leaving. Perhaps they're scared of what the Devereaux can truly do to Opus.
Oh. So perhaps it is afraid of beings like us.
Yes.
I suppose that's understandable. If they could kill us eventually, it would probably cause severe damage to the city in the ensuing fight. How do the Thanes mix up into all of this? The Thanes seem interested in the Devereaux, so trying to find them. But beyond that, they're a bit of a question mark to me.
The Thanes are Willis's biggest mistake.
Do they originate from the city of Opus? Or
No.
is that a project he had off-world?
That is an off-world project that happened long ago. And in response to his first wife. See, his first wife, Elizabeth, beautiful lady,
Right.
had cancer.
So he went from Elizabeth to another Elizabeth? Interesting.
Yes, it is kind of confusing, but yes. She lived on Terra before Terra started becoming increasingly busy with humans. And we have a break. Why do we have another ad break this soon?
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. So I
Because
suppose
Amazon.
well, you know what? It gives us a couple minutes to gather our thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good news. Now Ignis in character is fully up to speed on the things, like the rest of the party.
Are you
Not
sure
quite.
everyone's up to speed?
Why would I collect my thoughts? I'm not even doing anything.
I know. What has Kira done? Naming cockroaches. That's what she's done.
I'm just here listening to people talk and vibing. That doesn't need thinking.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't need any
Great.
thinking at all.
See, I don't have to think, so after the stream I can get some good sleep.
Mm.
And have to use my brain. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, so we still have 30 seconds. Your question is dealing with the Thanes.
Oh yeah, how do the Thanes relate to the Devereaux and Opus?
Okay. We're finally going to go through the timeline of Willis and Liz. I will explain the reasoning why her name was Elizabeth and the other one is Liz in a moment.
I mean, dude's got a fucking mental issue with it, so.
Yeah, actually, Liz's name is not Liz.
Yikes. Yikes.
What kind of
Okay.
names do Heretites even go by? Because your site doesn't go into depth about that either.
No, it doesn't. Unfortunately.
Bill. They go
I'm
by
assuming
Bill.
it's because you
So-
couldn't think of an alphabet. I'm assuming it's because you couldn't think of an alphabet for Heretites.
Even though I've done this for like 30 years, there is
Don't
only
ask
so
you to come
much
up
I
with
can
languages.
do. I
Coming
have
up with a
come
full
up with
language is not one of them.
I have come up with somewhat of an alphabet, but it's kind of hard to use, and I would have to literally spend probably 3 weeks trying to teach you guys the alphabet. So, anyway, back to, since we are now off of the break, Thanes. Thanes are Willis's biggest mistake. He created the Thanes to go after a woman named Blengiel. But he didn't realize these Thanes had more ideas than just to go after Blengiel. They became sentient beyond what he thought it would be. He sent them after Blengiel because his wife had cancer and had an opportunity to no longer have cancer. And Blengiel got in the way of it. Took the materials, took the research of what his wife did and ran off. And his wife was in fourth stage of the cancer and could have been saved. Willis has never forgiven Blengiel and never will.
Is Blengiel still alive?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Where she is, I do not know, or I would be telling Willis.
Well, in any case, probably not an Opus. So beyond art, my sphere of concern.
Not on Opus. Absolutely not.
Must have the word of deception.
You do have this. You can sense motive on whatever you wish on Mitchell Crave as far as that.
Fair.
If you like. You don't have to, but if you like.
I mean, until you said that, I was taking everything at face value. But now that you're asking, now I'm skeptical.
You shouldn't be, actually, but, you can do whatever you like as far as that. I'm just telling you that if you want to.
Unfortunately, any assumptions made by any of the rest of us, or anybody who's read to, or at least somewhat privy to, the original form of Opus, is more meta knowledge than anything else. Says the guy who's basically god of meta knowledge.
So what's Liz's real name then?
What's full by humans?
I don't think I can actually tell you the real name without breaking your ears drums.
What?
Both in and out of character, Heretites probably don't naturally speak common.
So?
I mean, if it has something to do with the Heretype vocal cords, he doesn't have them, so he wouldn't be able to produce any effects that would be a problem.
Fair.
Right.
Fair enough.
I honestly cannot tell you her true name. I know what it is. I just cannot tell you it. I will say it sounds kind of like a screeching sound. After all, she's made of many, many gems.
Very well.
So her name is Nails on a Chalkboard.
Pretty much.
So, to bring this back,
The thing is, though, that
So
Liz has somewhat of a semblance to Elizabeth, and too much of a semblance, except for her skin,
Says a lot about Willis.
and looks way too much like his former wife. Yes, Willis is obsessed with his former wife.
feels like puts Liz in a bit of an unfair position, but I'm not their marriage counsel. I'm not interested in being one.
Indeed.
Opus seems to have some form of ability to prevent people from leaving, but from what I could tell, my companion and I were able to leave just fine. But when the Devereaux to smuggle a mortal off planet, they were killed by Opus. Any insights on that?
It was the first attack that Opus considered an attack on the arena, the celebration of their food, and it knew that they were trying to go away. It was what is the word
Fair
I'm looking for?
So it was an offense, essentially.
It was an offense. One of the
And
first
whereas
offense
my leaving
towards,
was not.
yes.
Very well.
It was the first time that somebody actually tries to get away from the lottery when normally they just go. Like I said, most of them are drones and will end up going where they need to go. For some reason, we Godbound don't have that connection to Opus like every other mortal does.
How do you think the story moves?
Me? What do you want to
Yes.
know? My story.
Where do you want to fit into all this? Are you also against Opus? Or are you just content here, living underground?
I'm against Opus, but in my own way. I too was an assassin for the T'Pol at one time.
Can Opus be reasoned with?
Yes. Which is why I'm not dead.
Fascinating. Well, it's a
And
bit
why you're
unfortunate
not
that
dead either.
what would happen if the Paul died?
Opus would no longer have control over the city if the T'Pol actually died. And
That's
since it is believed that the T'Pol is keeping the Opus attached to the world, Opus would probably go into the sky, destroying anything below the business section.
So the middle of the city will just fly up into the sky, essentially,
Yes,
and what, just become a flying city?
yes.
Interesting.
It is believed that
Well-
that is the one thing she is doing. She is tethering it to the world.
Is to sort of slowly nod to himself. Well, it's a bit unfortunate that the conversation was shorter than the journey here, but I suppose that is good enough for my current questions. Suppose in that case I'll take my leave, unless my companion has anything that
Surprising
she
you
wants to
have
add.
a
to the
godbound of
conversation.
knowledge who doesn't even know this. Of course,
Wow.
maybe I'm a better godbound of knowledge than he is.
Shiv is an interesting character, but
He's a
the
baby.
reason I came here was twofold.
Yes.
The information was nice, but more importantly, I want to ensure that my presence here conveys a point.
I already know your point. You don't want me to get in your way, come to your place without knowledge that I'm there.
Splendid.
But
In
at the
that
same
case.
time, let's make this a touche. You decide that on me, then I decide the same. Don't come down here unless you're given the right to. Luckily for you, you don't die to radiation. But if you're going to come down here, at least let me know.
Oh, well, you're a very difficult person to contact.
All you have to do is tell the dwarves, and I'll know.
Wonderful.
I knew you
Alright.
were coming down here at the moment that I heard the shaft come down. Not many people
Alright.
come down to this level. Most of the time we're meeting up just below Opus. But yes, we are far enough down here away from Opus's control, in parentheses.
You might gather word of me passing by the dwarves in the future. Not necessarily to see you per se, but there might be some things of value in the ruins above. Or I'll just be curious and take a gander at them at some point. Your forewarning.
I had a feeling eventually either you or the elf would be down here. Are you going to bring the rest down here as well?
If they want to come. I'm not going to force them to, obviously. I don't think Cormac will be interested, but he might come by just to shoot the shit and spend some time.
Hmm.
Cormac is unpredictable. Cormac is interesting. He's both the most predictable person I know and the most unpredictable person I know.
I have nothing against him as long as he stays out of my way. I have nothing against
Fortunately,
you
that
as
doesn't
well.
seem mutual. But as long as we're on the understanding of not to rudely trespass upon each other's homes going forwards, I wish you a good day. Or
You
night. It's hard to tell down here.
What about you, elf?
Nav has
Fairly
walked away.
convicted.
Unfortunately, I think Nav had to step away, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well then, I wish you good luck.
So we will once again adopt our Heratite guise so we don't die to radiation. And then we make our way back up.
Alright. You head back. Now, I'm pretty sure that Nav's character will be down here at some point again. But you do head
no.
back all the way up, or do you take a sidestep? What do you do?
Well, when we get back to the fork in the road, Riley took interest in the other side of the cave.
Yes.
Although I'm not sure if she wants to investigate that now or later. In either case, I think it's prudent that we can move on to another character for now, though.
All right, let's stop you right there. Okay, who is next? Who would like to join in the roleplay? We still have an hour.
I mean, nobody witnessed them go down there, and Shiv is just in between the stuff pertaining to the flower in the basement and keeping his website online. He's not doing much.
Okay.
Kira,
what are you doing?
Well, Kira had a plan, and that plan is to call a bunch of people.
Okay.
So
Cool.
instead of texting everyone one by one, she's gonna call everyone and either talk to them or say the same message.
You are not able to get a hold of Riley or Ignis down that because they are nowhere near the area.
That's fine. I'm just going to leave them a message, and it's just gonna say, "Hey, I don't know if you want to come, but I'm gonna go check out these warehouses for those drugs, and I don't know what else I'm gonna do." And that's all she's gonna tell everyone.
So, cue a montage scene of you just wrecking the shit out of warehouses.
No, she's trying to see who wants to go to the warehouse.
Well, it's still.
Drugs are bad.
Is it? As far as I'm concerned, it's still the same day, so Shiv has no effort.
I mean, correct answer would be like, hey, I was gonna do that anyway, but like tomorrow.
Yeah, because
Oh.
you have no
Corbett,
effort either.
Well,
No,
that
I'm
and
currently
the last
engaged.
time we-
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the last
right.
when we last left off, it was cue the careless whisper.
Yes, it was Fade to Black.
Yes.
All right.
He's like, if you wait a day.
So tomorrow,
Yeah. Sunrise.
sunrise, when the sun comes up. Okay. We can go and check out this warehouse, and maybe rob it and burn it down.
How about burning it down?
Okay. But rob it in case they have money.
Oh, that's fine. I can fuck.
Okay. And get the cockroaches out so they don't die.
I mean, if we're not burning it down, they'll probably be fine.
No, we're gonna burn it down. I just don't want the cockroaches to.
But we're not gonna burn it down, so the cockroaches will be fine.
Oh.
The point is, if you want the cockroaches to be fine, send them out. Don't burn the place down.
Yeah.
Cockroaches are smart enough that when shit goes down, they'll run away on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So two of you the next day are wanting to go somewhere. Riley and Ignis are still down below. Time
And
is,
anyone else who decides to.
they won't be able to be there in time. Because it takes
I
them
mean-
it was 5 miles to go down. Then they had a conversation with Graves. Graves is going to have them stay there for a while.
I mean, it's a yay or nay from players right now, except for Ignis and Riley.
Yeah.
I mean, once I have effort, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
I'll call everyone and tell them tomorrow.
What about Raiden?
all right.
Raiden, are you here?
Calls everyone again and tells them
Yes,
we're
I
going to do
am.
it tomorrow morning.
You get the conversation as well. Do you decide to join them or do something else?
I'll do something else.
What are you planning on doing?
You remember what I just said I was gonna do last week?
Remind me.
We're gonna take a swim.
Oh yes, you are going to take a swim. More secrets to be increased. Okay. Go ahead. You decide to
Oh.
throw yourself into the Rad River.
Yep. We're gonna do pretty much just long jump straight up into the water.
Again, you probably have left your communication at home. because you don't want it destroyed? Or do you have a way of saving it?
I mean, I could probably just build on the go.
Okay. So,
I mean,
you don't
basically
get
do
a
that already anyway.
conversation back from Raiden. So we're gonna go into Raiden's little thing right now. Raiden, you do notice a few people actually just falling into the river. They just jump.
I mean, are they committing suicide or?
Yeah.
Well then.
Well then.
About 20 of them.
Oh well, nothing I can do to help it. So we
Wow.
we're going out of the dome.
You can
not much I
fly,
can
you
do.
jackass!
You could save them, but you're not going to.
Yeah, I can save one before the radiation kills the others.
I mean, radiation doesn't kill people quickly.
Fine, I'll save them.
Like, you don't have to. Just Shiv is gonna.
Well. It could benefit me later on.
What you
There's a
know is
caveat.
what you notice from these people, they are very their eyes are glossed over. It seems like they're not in control.
Well, right now we're gonna. Oh. We're gonna put like kind of like snap a few fingers in front of like a couple of their faces, just try to snap them out of it. I'm assuming that does not work.
Try to use charisma. Roll me a charisma.
Whoa, okay. You want the lowest stat? Oh, actually, no. Wisdom is.
Yes, I do want the lowest stat, or whatever stat is the charisma.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, hey, I actually beat it.
Successful. Your snapping actually does knock them out of their trance.
And none of
they
them saw me fly.
just look at you confused.
Yeah, just putting this out there. You shouldn't be jumping off. You probably shouldn't be jumping off that.
What?
Could be quite hazardous to your health.
What?
Yeah. You were fixing to take the long and sleep version.
How did I get here?
I just got here, so.
What? And some of them are, I mean, they're starting to walk away, go the other direction. But it's, yeah, you could definitely feel they are confused and they're not even sure how they got to where they were. One of them just stands and looks at you. What are you doing? Who are you?
Just someone who happened to see you guys about to jump. That's all.
Are you flying at this time?
No. I would have landed and like made sure they all were going to try to jump again
Okay.
before doing the full snapping thing.
But you are successful in stopping this from happening, and they eventually start to walk away. They thank you, and
And-
they're still very, very confused, but they head back home.
Hey, so once everyone's gone, Ryan's gonna jump into the water this time around, making sure no one sees him.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the dome doesn't go into the water; it just kind of covers it.
Yeah.
So we go in under the dome.
Okay. You go under
And
the
once-
dome, and you, after you've hit the Red River, you are now outside of the dome. You are now outside of Opus. As you travel along the river, you get further. You do notice that there is some radiation.
I mean, I would pull out the whole Geiger counter thing, but it's just like.
Yeah, you can pull out the Geiger.
But the problem is too though. I don't know if I constantly. Well, actually, I don't. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do a test.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see if Raiden constantly gives off radiation, or if it's only when he's using the ability.
It is only when you are out of control or using the ability.
So, I just immediately pull out the phone, sit down on the ground right quick, tinker around, and that should do it. And just basically make it where I can still take pictures where the radiation's not gonna zap the phone or anything.
Okay, so you head further out, and you probably get, I think it's about 5 miles.
Oh, please!
North?
I'm flying. Yeah, I'm flying at
Okay.
that point. Once I get a good distance away from the dome, I'm flying.
When you get to basically double of what the dome would have been in radius, your Geiger counter stops making noise.
Wait a minute. What? So we move back to the river a little bit.
The noise continues.
So it's the river that's actually irradiated.
No.
Wait a minute. No, I mean wait, so am I constantly near the river at this time, or am I just like flying off and like just
I thought you were flying off
name a random
because
direction?
you said you were on the ground. So I thought you were
Yeah,
flying off.
I am flying, but I'm like following the river.
Oh, you're following the river? That nothing
Yeah.
changes then.
So wait a minute. He's gonna land a little bit, walk kind of back to toward Opus, and waiting till the Geiger counter starts getting a reading. And then he's just kind of like gonna swap it back and forth between the radioactive bit
Mm-hmm.
and then the non-radioactive bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna take a video. He's gonna pull out the phone of him doing that too, and
Oh,
just take a
wow.
video of it.
Okay.
So just for proof that he's not going insane.
Mm-hmm.
Before getting back up and then taking back to the sky and just kind of exploring out some more. And to top it off, we're gonna pull out. We're gonna like some animal, like plants, animals nearby. I'm guessing.
Oh yes, when you get to about 5 miles, you start seeing creatures that Cormac saw.
We're gonna find a sleeping one right quick.
What kind?
Pick a random one.
We'll find a wolf. 6-legged.
So
Has.
we're gonna try to sneak up on it though. Cause we're grabbing a hare.
You're grabbing a hare? Oh no.
We grabbing a hare.
Okay. I think you're gonna need a strength
What?
check for that.
I need a dexterity check or.
Is dexterity and strength check to pull the hair?
Oh no, I guess gotta clip it. That's
Oh,
all.
you're gonna clip it. Still,
Yeah.
I think you're going to need a dexterity check because it is going to attack.
I'll be fine.
Wait, what's attacking him?
A wolf.
Nice.
I'll be fine. See, I told you I'd be fine.
You do notice this thing is trying to go after you.
You know, if I really wanted to keep it as a pet, I could.
Then we'll see about that.
Oh no, I could. Hold on. Where's the word at? Did it? Master mutation. All mutated creatures obey you.
Oh shit, that is true. Well, it is mutated.
Also, worthy foes do, however, get a spirit save out of it.
It's not worthy.
Intelligent creatures will not do anything suicidal. Basically, as a main action, I bombard a single living creature within the site, which can also include myself, with carefully targeted radiation, causing it to mutate exactly to what I want it to do. So, like, if I wanted this thing to basically become, like, semi-aquatic, I could.
Alright, well, this creature is mutated.
But probably not going to do that, though.
You take a strand of its fur, and
and we pulling out some, like, those little bags that they use for, like, forensic stuff, like DNA stuff.
yeah, but this thing is still
And
gonna
we-
want to try to attack you. It's
Oh,
still
I'm out
wild.
of its range.
Oh, you
I'm out of its
run
range.
out of its way.
Oh no, I'm
Okay.
still flying.
Oh,
I
you're
haven't
flying.
landed.
That makes it impossible for it to come after you. Okay.
That's the whole point. Is like Raiden at this point has not touched the ground after like seeing that wolf.
It is following you because it's as soon as you land, it's gonna try to attack.
However, we are going to go to a couple nearby plants, and once the wolf tries charging, he just Raiden flies back up. Like, nope. Bad dog.
Arr, arr. Bad dog, huh? It does
Yep.
still try to attack you though.
But we taken some plants back as for Shiv for testing.
Okay.
You
We
get
have-
you get to the underground and find that there's already a plant there.
I mean, you're gonna have more. You're also gonna get trees. You're getting animals.
So you're
you're
taking
getting water.
snips. You're taking snips of everything.
Yeah, I'm taking snips of just about everything. I
Okay,
can
you're gonna
find.
be out there for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's the point.
So you will not be involved with the killing of innocent warehouses
Soldiers.
and soldiers. So
What makes you think they're innocent?
I mean, they are working
It's a
for
joke.
Ed, so that is a good point.
So we are dropping frames.
Yeah, I mean it's a poor
unfortunately.
defenseless warehouse.
Poor defenseless warehouse that's being attacked by these creatures of unknown. So, Raiden, you taking samples of all kinds of things, that is going to take you the rest of the day, if not longer.
That's fine.
Okay, so you're out of the picture. That leaves Kira, Shiv, and Cormac are the only ones who are able to consider going against the warehouse.
Not going against the warehouse. Going against the people inside it. Got nothing against the warehouse.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Anyhow,
mean,
that's
you
tomorrow
t-
morning.
I mean, you technically do.
But what if the warehouse called your cafe crap?
I'd be very
The
impressed that a warehouse is able to talk.
I mean, the
Well, I mean,
warehouse
we've
is
already
open,
established that
so-
these buildings are technically biological.
and they are
Well, then
lupus.
That it's not the warehouse's fault, it's Opus. I'll deal with that dumb thing later.
Alright. So,
And you got to punch it in its sewage system.
I mean, I already did 5. I did 5 damage to it the other day.
Yeah.
It felt me.
it was not happy with you, that's for sure.
I don't give a shit. I'm not happy with it.
Alright, so, you three have talked, and what are you doing? Where are you going?
I don't know. Kara apparently already had a site in mind, so she's like, give me the address. I'll meet you there.
So, since apparently it's just the two of us, right?
3.
3.
Okay, so Shiv's coming. All right. So
Your
I
second
will-
in cockroach is coming too.
Yes, my cockroach. I'll bring some of them. Bring you my
I was
spider.
referring to Shiv. You keep trying to get him to make you the cockroach army, so therefore he's now your second in cockroach.
Oh yeah, good point. I might have given up. Whatever.
He's a 2IC.
So I will
thought
call
you
you both like an
I thought you were
idiot
giving
and
him
tell
the
you the
cockroach
address.
army thing for the cat girls.
But here's the thing: that still makes you the second in cockroach, regardless of whether or not the plan is going through.
Yes, you're my
Whatever.
second now. You're useful to Kara somehow. So I'll call you guys and give you the address. Get you that and told. Hey, just text it. That's like, oh yeah, I can't do that.
No, not really. Corey's like, I don't give a shit how you get the information.
Okay, so I'll call you and give you the information through a phone call.
You don't like texting. You don't like texting.
Yeah, whatever.
Why the fuck is it his problem whether or not you don't like it?
So you call instead of doing the texting thing. Okay. You find yourself that there are several, you know of, what, I think several,
We know of like 8 at this point.
8 of the, yeah. You know they are spreaded around the city, but there is a major one that is focused in Spoke 4. However,
Oh.
that's one you already know about, Cormac.
Yeah. Corey will be like, oh, we're hitting anyone but that one for now.
Oh, then I give you another address.
Corey will give you the reasoning. There's a high chance that there's a lot of military tech there, and I mean like high-powered mechanized armor.
So
You also have
can
had
we
a
steal
reason
it?
to believe that there may be actual things there too, because Shiv knows that. True.
But has
things.
Shiv had the sense to tell
Yeah,
people
it
that?
has Shiv said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I have mentioned it to at least some members of the party.
I think you mentioned it a while back when we were having a meeting about FN. So, yes, you would know that there is a very, very good possibility there are true things in that area.
Alright. So I have multiple address. I'll just give them all the address so they can pick.
So you choose one of the warehouses that probably is not very powerful in sense. There are people inside it, of course. Let me see if I can find a picture. That would be helpful to you.
I mean, at this point, if it's like plebs in there, it's basically just a montage of us going and fucking shit up.
Yeah, it is pretty much plebs in the area, so we're not really going to go into roles because you probably will kill them.
Yup.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a probably about it.
yeah. I think you'll probably just outright destroy them.
We'll be fine.
That's exactly what we're
That-
saying.
Yes.
You will be fine. It's just...
This is a threat.
Yeah, you're just a threat. There is really... I'm just gonna say that It's similar to the one that you've attacked before, and the one that Raiden kind of procured. So you still got the same thing. I am not going to go into roles with you because I already know that you guys could practically destroy this area. What do you decide to do in the warehouse after you practically immobilize the rest of the people?
Okay.
I mean, it depends what's in there.
Do you
Yeah,
kill
see if-
the rest of the people?
Anybody that doesn't give up or run, anybody that continues to try to fight dies.
Basically.
Alright, I'm gonna roll
Sure.
a d20 to see how many people actually run.
Anybody that gives up gets to live.
I mean, you showed up. If they didn't immediately surrender, that's their own damn fault.
5 people just run. Don't even think
Wow.
about staying.
They
15
get to live.
still there. They.
I mean,
they-
I also accept surrender. So if they just drop their guns and cower in fear, that works too.
All right, I'll do another roll.
Basically, if you continue to wave your gun around and try to do anything violent to me, you die.
There are a total of 9 people who refuse to let this go.
Well, there are 9 people who just decided to let go of their lives.
I guess we'll-
And unfortunately, if you decide to attack them, they probably will be dead. You kill 2 automatic. There are 3 of you. 3 automatically. How do you kill them?
Just javelin of God. Come on.
by complete accident. It's like, okay, we won't kill. Oh. Whoops. I didn't do it.
The rest run.
Goody.
Because they notice how easily you killed their friends.
Just headbutt one, they die.
Man,
Oh.
they finally got smart.
The
Well-
warehouse is now empty of people.
You start searching it.
So there were supposed to be drugs here, so searching for the drugs.
There are
I'm
drugs.
just- I'm looking for shit we haven't found yet. Shit we already know about. I don't care.
All right, there are definitely boxes and boxes of syringes and vials, and then there are a lot of refrigerators in here that are holding drugs.
Okay. Take a bunch of the drugs and hand them to Shiv. It'd be like, find antidote. And just keep piling them into his arms.
This is ridiculously a lot of drugs.
Look, we need a lot to make an antidote, according to Kira. We need all of it to make an antidote. So she's going to try to take all of it so he can make an antidote.
You drop a couple of vials as you're pushing them into Shiv's hands.
Be fine.
Okay.
Carson rolling that D100 to see whether or not it'll actually be fine.
Exactly.
The ground becomes mutated. Oh no! Well, we have enough to find an antidote. We'll be fine.
Well, okay. God damn it. Okay.
Shiv doesn't blow up. That's all that matters.
Shiv, you find out this doesn't affect you at all. But you are walking in liquid of these vials.
Oh, yeah, that's
We
what you're
should-
for.
Yeah, but like, we should probably make an effort to clean this up, or
I
just
mean, once you guys are done taking whatever you're gonna take, then I point to the door.
fair enough.
I think we should light the building on fire. I find some paper.
I got
and
an
mat.
idea. Just go. I got it.
I'm like,
All
wait,
right.
let me do this.
Got it.
That
light
is
the paper
that
on
is
fire
the
and run
situation
away.
with the vials. What are you looking for, Corbett? Because I know you're looking for
I-
something entirely different.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I know about drugs. I know about weapons. I'm just like, is any of this stuff we haven't seen before?
Yes and no.
Like, I am just looking for weird, random shit.
Okay, the weird random shit probably would be some of the formulas that are being used. You do find. Let's see what all you find. Okay, yes, you do find it. You actually find some vials of unusual origin. It looks kind of like blue blood.
Oh no, Ragnar. I'll find one of those like cases that you use for medical transport of like blood vials or whatever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Slot a couple of them into there. Some of the other weird vial shit. The formula, are they like on paper, or is that like I just find like a data pad that happened to be unlocked?
You find a data pad that's been unlocked.
Oh, cool. Shit, we'll be able to hack through that. It doesn't matter if it relocks. I turn off the screen.
Okay.
Just
And yes,
take
you
that
see
with-
some vials of blue blood.
all right.
3.
I bring the case of
You'll
ship.
have 3 vials. No more than that.
All right. And then some of the other random stuff. I take the formulae, I put it together. I'm like, hey Shiv, I made you a care package. Some random shit that looks like, if I remember the 1 year of middle school I was in, it looks like unoxygenated blood,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird.
And Shiv just pinches the bridge of his nose and is like,
Hey, careful! Don't drop any more of those drugs.
Is most of your experience with the world movies and stuff that you saw in high school?
High school? I never went to high school.
Wherever you went to school?
I made it through the first half of. Oh shit! What would you be in 10? At 10, 5th grade? Before my life turned to hell and I was living on the streets.
Yeah, that'd be about the age of 10. About the age of the little girl that's in the basement.
Get these above grounders in their high schools.
So, to answer your question, yes.
Ay. Well, now that I've got like 30,000 pounds of crap to drag back to the underground.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and as we're leaving,
Do make a
Chronicle-
dexterity roll to see if you do not break anything.
Watch me fail.
Yeah, fail it.
I mean, how do you drop a box? Take it to the car.
This was just shoved in his hands.
No, I gave him a nicely closed, sealed box.
Okay,
that's
yours
specifically
is
designed
different,
to-
but the vials that he had from
Oh wow, I succeed.
you
Damn.
see to manage to juggle. All right.
And I think he needs to do a dex roll per box.
I mean, if he has too much shit in his hands, I'll just carry the one that I made because I don't want shit breaking. Because
Right.
I mean, if they're just regular common size vials, Shiv could just like put them in his pocket.
nope.
No.
Oh,
You,
they're that big.
Yeah.
they're glass.
They're
It's called
glass.
glass.
I don't think you want to put these in your pocket at all.
You want
Yeah,
herpes?
you
'Cause
will
this is how you
break
get
them
herpes.
before.
Sorry, not herpes. Hep C. Or are we up to like Hep Z at this point?
Probably Hep C.
No, I think he's going to get that and herpes.
Hep double letters.
Oh no. Herpesitis.
Herpetitis triple Z.
Anyway,
Alright.
Two.
But after these guys kindly walk out of the room
hmm
or the building,
There's a little
I
fire
just use
going.
like a sun miracle to like incinerate everything inside the building, but the building will be fine.
the building will be fine, but everything inside it is destroyed.
Yep.
You killed my little fire. How dare you?
I
Good.
told you it was a waste of time.
Okay.
It's fine.
Is this a miracle or just done?
Yeah, it's just a miracle. It's not a gift. It's just sun can do fire things.
Okay. So you miracle out, basically destroying the inside of the warehouse, taking out everything that is considered drugs related of sort.
And the guns and the
and the
ammo, all
guns
that
and
shit.
ammo and everything, and it's gone. It's gone.
Yep.
And you now have just 2 boxes of stuff. Even though Kira kept sending more and more, but there was only so much that you could actually carry, Shiv.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll take the data pad out and be like, oh hey, here's what they were working on.
Good to know. I will work on that.
Alright, so alright, just put that down. We got like 3 more warehouses to hit. Let's go.
We're going to stop it
Yes.
right there and assume that you all go through the warehouse. It's very similar to this one. You don't really find a whole lot of new anything. You do find pads, work pads of what they're trying to do, what seems to be different formulas using the same equipment. So each you would find 4 data pads with different formulas.
Okay. Do all the drugs look the same?
No.
Okay. We're stealing as many of the drugs as possible and putting them in. Someone should have a car. Put them in the car.
Okay.
And then I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna steal someone's gun if they leave it on the ground.
Most of them will run away with you, run away from you. You do end up killing a few people because they are hardcore. No, you're not gonna take over our area. This is our livelihood kind of thing. But most of them
Over
are
our
so
dead body, etc.
so scared of you that they just run out. And if you don't
Okay.
attack them, then they're safe.
One of the people we killed, steal his weapons.
Alright, just walks up to a bunch of them, just through the front door. Hey guys. Panic ensues.
Panic ensues because they know you. Your face has been all over the place, and they're like, "I'm not dying for this.
Alright.
I'm running," and they're running.
Then there's
You don't
another
know who
one
I
where
am.
Cormac actually sneaks in for no reason, comes up behind a group of them playing poker. Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
They start to shoot.
Is that
Cool.
Insane.
They get to see dead bodies.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then I steal some of their guns, and then I have a gun now.
McCormack, the more important thing is, do you walk along the corridor tilting every photograph?
Rob
Mm,
everyone.
I mean, they all get destroyed eventually, so probably.
See, what else can we do here?
I mean, this was basically the exact thing I was picturing when I said I was going to go after FN stuff. It's just like, this doesn't need seeds, because this is basically how it's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, there is a point where, unworthy foes are not worth fighting out. You might have lost 2 points of hit points over time, but other than that, I
It'd be
doubt you're gonna really. You're just gonna be walking in there and You
Unless we
scare
find
everybody, and since there's a lot going on and people are talking and the communications of panic, yeah, you act kind of like a Daredevil did in his Daredevil, Luke Cage, whoever else went through. Oh, Punisher. I just rampage the areas and they run. Most of them will run.
Good.
That's fucking
Good. Good.
But
But-
you do end up getting hit a couple of times. You do. I'm not going to say that you go out unscathed.
I mean, I heal a hit point every 15 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
what about
And
the
I
other
can
two?
just, I can literally just stay within like 250 feet and withering hour things from a distance.
I'll be fine. I can heal slowly.
Like if I know when I'm going into combat, it's withering hour, like full stop.
I mean, there was no point in me actually making something out of this because you're talking about unworthy foes, and unworthy foes you could literally just you could just command them to do stuff and they leave. So
Yes. I will command one of them to give me all the money in the warehouse.
I don't think they know.
What a jerk.
I'm not
Can
gonna.
we find the money? I will search. Hold on.
There will be some saves in the area.
Okay. If I can't open them, I'll see if someone else can open them. And if that doesn't work,
That's Shiv.
It has to be
I
Shiv.
take. Yes, I have.
Unless it's a good old classic tumbler lock.
Are they classical tumble locks?
No.
You only put a tumbler lock on the shit that you don't want people to get into.
I mean, then I get it. Then I go through it.
So she.
Yeah, so I'm hacking an electronic lock. I'm hacking an electronic safe, I guess.
Yes.
Do we even need to roll? If he fails,
Nah,
we just take the
if you
safe, and then he tries
fail-
again later.
If you fail, then just take the save. We're in an ad break again.
It's like, cool. We'll just take these with.
Yeah.
Just take them.
I mean, what's your
I,
straight
I can
strat,
actually
Cormac?
I can just imagine Cormac walking out of a factory or something with a safe on his shoulder, like, "Hey guys, can I borrow this?" Cool. Not even letting them get an answer.
I mean, they're not like fucking huge bank safes, man. They're like the small desk size one, or not desk size ones, but
they're
like cubby ones.
correct. They're not gonna be those bank
Yeah,
size.
that's what I'm talking about. Like, you just got this
Yep.
small, tiny safe on his shoulder. "Hey guys, I'm gonna borrow this, right? You cool?" Just marching down the road.
Yeah.
I mean,
We cool? Yeah, we cool.
cool.
They
cool.
can't stop
Cool.
us.
Word.
Most
Word.
of them will just run. So they're not gonna stop you. It's like, do they live or do they fight you?
Yeah, they fight, they die. If they surrender or run, then they live.
And yeah, so your
I mean, it's very
reputation
simple.
has
You could live
preceded
or you
you.
could die trying.
Your reputation has preceded you. They are running. Most of them.
Whose fault is that?
That's Cormac's.
Yeah, it's not mine. So I get some money. I'm gonna need it. I get some weapons. And
Because
I
up to
gave
this
Chip
point,
all
you
the
just
drugs.
haven't hit.
And that's all I do in the warehouses. Except for that one where I started a small fire and then it made no burn. Then I'm like, aw. Ruining my fun.
Yeah, then we incinerate a couple warehouses. Basically, this entire thing was to just start hitting FN's wallet. Because he needs to know that we haven't forgotten about him.
Yeah.
Just spray paint on
Yeah.
one of them. Gilroy was healed. Because, yes, I have to do that one
Well,
building.
you are destroying the areas, and you have found a couple of safes. If you go
Okay.
directly, thoroughly through the area, yeah, you will get probably one safe for each area.
Okay. More money than I thought we'd get.
Alright, we can split it. There's how many buildings?
There are 4. You
3.
said 4.
Oh, we did 3. That's cool. Either way,
Yeah, I thought there was 4, but one of them we weren't doing because it was the big one. So we each get a save.
I mean, doesn't Cormac like offhand know like 5 or 6 different warehouses? And then
Yeah.
Shiv knows a lot more.
But you're hitting
Kira-
just 4 today.
Yep.
Kira
Yes.
only knew the drug ones, and we're hitting all the base ones. We're not hitting the big one. Because someone doesn't want to hit that one yet.
There is a reason.
Yes. Yes, Kira was told the reason, and she's like, oh.
So we're still gonna hit it, right?
eventually. Not today.
Eventually. Just not today, yes. Look. Kira has to count her new money and make you find antidotes for all the drugs.
I mean, we worked on the anti-serum, just gotta get to mass producing it and then getting it out there.
But now there's other variants that she thinks is completely different. So she has you do that with a pat on the head.
Okay. You guys do get some money, probably about 3,000 credits
Each.
Alright, number is irrelevant. Unless
Yeah.
it counts as a point of wealth.
No,
Aww. It's not a point of wealth.
no.
Yet.
One of the safes is absolutely empty.
Okay, that's the one that Kira throws on the spray points. Kira
I mean,
with
as far
her
as
on.
you can tell, it's absolutely empty.
It feels
We
kind of
open
light.
it. We dump it. Nothing comes out. Kira finds spray paint and spray paints Kira was here on the same, and then
I
throws
mean,
it
it
in
could
the
have
bottle.
it could have a false back, a false bottom. Could have like a. Actually, yeah. Do I detect any tracking chips on these frickin' safes?
Yes.
don't
Okay,
think-
we get rid of those.
Yes, they're all thrown in weird places. One's in a dumpster.
One's at the bottom of the Rad River.
Yes,
Oh,
one's
no.
just sitting in front of the building, spray painted on, and then the fourth one,
You guys have
Do we play-
declared war on FN.
we're
I
just
did that a long
that
time
a-
ago.
Yeah.
That's happened.
Yeah.
That's been ongoing for a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw
but
it
do
in
I
the-
play practical joke on Ignis and put one of the safes in a dumpster at his corporate HQ?
Do you?
No, that's too far away.
Okay.
It's a long walk. I don't think we should do it.
It's too far. It's too far into the bigness sector to even bother.
Just random
hey, we got
dumpster.
But hey, we got shit to study.
Yes.
I-
So
you
you
do.
have shit to study.
You have stuff to study and new drugs to deal with. Hero's got money and some guns. And Cormac has
literally,
nothing but money.
literally, I think everybody besides Cormac has a gun.
I have one, I just don't use it.
Yes. And I'm probably not going to use this one because I'm taking several and I might
Like the-
use
the-
them to bribe
The first
people.
warehouse we raided, I went in with a shotgun.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, he's got
now
a
you just
shotgun.
javelin of God everything.
All right, you guys have
Well-
a choice right now. If you want to continue on, I'll be going with Ignis and with Riley and their scene. Or we
Right, we
can
got, like-
stop here for next week.
We only have like 5 minutes before 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
It's up to those two.
I'd both stop.
All right, so if we're going to stop, let's find somebody to raid. But in the meantime, let's start with Raiden and what you're thinking as a character and on what you saw today.
Well, first off, it was kind of fucked up that they're just kind of like people being mind controlled. Like, he's gonna figure that out. He's gonna like look into that,
Mm-hmm.
and he's already assuming it's probably Opus.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, totally Shiv.
It seemed like shit though.
That's why it's the perfect play.
I mean, that's fair.
The perfect
Shiv, you're in
crime.
trouble.
No one would ever know.
If you're in trouble.
Shiv, here's all this homework because I think you're doing something nasty. Shiv holds up the
And then-
tablet. Well, we did.
And then you just like, just every time that wolf just follows him, just no, that dog.
Well, because of
That
the
dog
fact
makes
that you
me
have the ability to control mutant animals, that is why it hasn't truly attacked you hard.
Oh, it's also on flying too. So
Yeah.
if I honestly wanted to like just make sure I got away, it's
You
just
could.
Raiden just immediately snapping a collar into existence, naming the dog Fluffy, and just like stay here until I come back.
Yeah, because this
Or-
is you, I'm not
You do
surprised
you.
by it.
Do you actually do that? You make
I mean,
it
I
call you call it Fluffy and give it excuse me. You control it?
I could. It's better than the other animal idea I had.
True.
Because you said at one point it did exist.
Yeah, true. God, that's scary.
What? Just because I want a 6-legged honey badger doesn't mean shit.
They do exist. But you don't have the ability to get it yet because you don't know what it looks like. But you
Well, I
do
mean, it
see
could be worse too.
you do see this wolf.
If there were alligators along the surface line, you realize that there's one thing I would definitely do with mass mutation. For that,
Mm-hmm.
you've obviously played the game and you know exactly what animal I'm thinking of.
Well, the whole thing is this entire world is in some way mutated.
Yeah,
And
but it's also
everything
not
that's
all of it
outside
radiated.
is mutated. So,
Well, I had a philosophical question about this.
mhm.
At what point does a mutation become the norm?
That's a good
When it's the
question.
only thing,
I don't know.
when it's the only,
I
when
was
it's the
going to
only
say
thing
that.
left.
Well, I was going to say that it's kind of like about to turn into syndrome. When everything's a mutation, nothing is.
No, that's my point.
Well-
How many generations of these wolves are there? Because like, if this is the first generation of these mutations that have 6 legs, cool. But if this has been like 20, 30 generations of these wolves, that's not a mutation anymore.
Yeah, that's just a normal wolf.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. It just becomes a Scorpio 3 wolf.
I mean, considering next session Shiv will just straight up be studying everything they've picked up, I may as
Well,
well
I-
just crack the irresistible queries down if you want.
Well, you
Well,
can do
no,
that
No, this
now.
isn't a question for in setting. This is
Yeah.
a question for the DM.
Because like,
Yeah, fair enough.
regardless of all this,
It's
Raiden can just use the mass mutation thing to just force an additional mutation on something, at which point he then controls it because it's now a mutated creature. But at base,
Like-
are they mutated creatures now, or is that type of wolf the standard? Because if it's the standard, it's not a mutation anymore.
I'd say it's probably just standard at this point because Opus has
If
been
they-
here for how many years now?
many
Over
1,000
1,000
years.
So yeah, no, the wolves are. I would say personally are just normal wolves. Like this is the wolf from Scorpio 3.
So you can't you cannot control it.
I mean, I
he
can if I
can.
mutate
It's just
it.
He
there's
can't through other means. Just
yeah, there's just an extra step he has to take.
Yeah, it's just giving it a second head or something.
I mean, you literally just change one thing of its DNA to like say, oh, its nails are pink now.
Yeah.
the
Or
real
give it an extra
question.
pancreas or something.
The real question is: can Raiden just mind control people with cancer?
Yeah, because that is just a cellular mutation.
Yeah.
I never actually thought about that.
Right.
I would make the argument that while that is technically correct, I think that falls more in the purview of health and fertility.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like I
So,
never.
Well,
Yeah,
health and fertility cause cancer. Radiation just gets to play with cancer.
The whole
Wait,
reason
that
why
sounds
you
really
guys
bad. Don't
became
think that I got
Godbound
that.
is based upon the fact that one person had cancer and they found a way to stop it.
But yeah, but when you're talking about like controlling things with mutations, like that was just like the first thing I thought. I was like, huh.
But no, like the thing I was thinking of doing, if I can get away with actually making it, a Caprasuchus.
Oh god.
Galloping
Okay, for the
alligator.
uninitiated.
Why though?
Right, for the uninitiated, what is that?
Basically combine a horse and an alligator.
What?
Oh, that sounds badass. You should do it.
Yeah, my question still is, but why though?
Would the answer not be because badass?
Sometimes the question isn't why, it's why not.
Do you actually
Exactly.
do that?
I mean, I'd have to find an alligator first.
Oh, there are alligators, mutated alligators, within the Rad River.
There's probably some sewer gators in the sewer somewhere.
This isn't New York.
No, there's no sewer.
Prophetic
gators.
I was
Inside.
actually going to make the joke there. We actually in Florida. We're not. The joke being we're not actually anywhere in space. We're just in Florida.
No.
I'll wait. To do something like that.
This is future Florida.
They just cracked it off the U.S. because it got too crazy.
Hey,
But yeah, they just got fed up. You know what, Florida man's been too much of a pain in our asses. Just we'll get the jackhammer out. We're just gonna cut Florida off and send it into space.
Jeez.
I mean, it wouldn't be the dumbest idea the U.S.
Here,
government has had.
Here, I just posted a GIF in the thing. That's basically Caprasuchus.
All right, I'm gonna look. I can't believe I'm actually looking in Discord. I don't look at Discord when I'm talking on stream.
Yeah, but sometimes you really should.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh no, it's
Like I
not butter.
said,
It's gift soup.
Where'd you put it?
It's an
Oh, you
alligator.
put it in Opus.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't believe it's not butter.
it's an alligator mixed with a horse.
So I guess
Yeah, that's what I
means,
thought. That's what I thought you were suggesting.
Yeah, you've played Ark before, Karsa.
Yeah,
You've seen the Caprasuchus from Ark.
I have seen it. Something similar to that would make sense. Yes, only it would have 6 legs and not 4.
Well, maybe it's a mutant, and
I mean,
that's
you
the
can mutate,
mutation.
give it
It's
four.
got 4 instead of 6.
That's true. It
Okay,
could be that way.
If that be the case, then I know exactly what I would name it.
What?
Give it 6 legs
Snuggle.
and a Sleipnir.
What?
Here it
Of
is.
course you.
Leibniz had 8.
Slept near Odin's horse.
Has 8.
One of Loki's kids.
Has 8 legs.
I'll get it 8 legs then.
So now you've given it
Why
8
is it-
legs instead of its 6. It has 8 now.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna do it just yet. In all honesty,
You're
I'm
gonna wait. All right.
gonna
So you get to the point where you're back at the Rad River, and you do notice that the wolf stays far enough away.
Like, does the wolf actually enter the irradiated area?
No,
Okay, so if they
not
can
unless
tell
you
what's
actually
radiated-
command it to do so.
Oh no, like I'm not even controlling it either. It's just so the wolf. So just understanding wise, are there any plants within their irradiated zone?
No.
Okay,
Wait, false. There's one set.
the fire flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The fire flowers. The flowers that
Uh,
actually look like they're on fire.
hey, yo, that sounds badass.
It's the
Kaya
fire
caused a
flower.
bunch of them to spawn up.
Yeah, she did.
There's
There's one
also-
spot.
there's
There's one
also a-
spot on the Spoke 5, I think, that would have fire flowers.
7.
Spoke 7 has fire flowers.
Well, so with Raiden seeing that, he's just gonna. Okay then. So he's gonna swim back through the river
Through the woods.
and head over to the cantina, waiting on them.
Okay.
So that'll be the ending of his.
That's
thing.
where we're going to
Other than
stop.
that-
We're going to stop there because we are at 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad. We're going to get into actual fighting next week, I believe.
Hey,
I
yo.
mean, Raiden's not gonna be there. He's just gonna be waiting on them.
Okay.
Unless he gets a message. Unless he finally looks at the message, he's like, I wonder if I can make it on time.
It's a question.
I mean, we dealt with the warehouses. Now we go on to the next day.
But we're gonna stop right here because I don't want to go any further. Right in, as I said, because I know that you have to get ready for work. So you had fun, and your character is thinking what?
First off, he's assuming the mind control is from Opus, and he ain't happy. He ain't necessarily happy about that. See, animals he can understand to a slight extent, and even then he won't really try to full on mind control one. But when it comes to like humans or people, yeah, that's a no go with him.
Oh, budgie.
Okay. All right, let's go with Ignis. Your thoughts and your character's thoughts.
I thought session went out of character thoughts first. I thought session went pretty well. I feel bad because I had a lot more screen time than I thought I would. I did not think getting to Mitchell would be such an ordeal.
Well, he doesn't get to be seen very often, so...
Yeah. Well, I figured this like hiding somewhere in Opus, not hiding somewhere 5 miles underground. So yeah, like, I apologize if I was a bit of a spotlight hog for a good portion of the session.
No, because there are times you're never the spotlight, so it kind of just... It feels like I'm trying to give you equal time, every one of you, because when you separate...
And I keep making that incredibly difficult.
Yes.
Well, it's hard because, for better or for worse, I think I said this like many times before, but it's like our party are all like kind of doing their own thing for a lot of the game.
But that is the way that Godbound tends to be, so it's not like it's not out of the norm, so.
But I thought it was interesting.
Cool.
Out of character, I'm looking for both in and out of character. I'm looking forward to exploring some of those ancient ruins at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to, because I have a feeling you guys are finally going to go down there.
Well, it's
Why? Effen's not down there.
at some point maybe, but it's interesting because like Ignis has spent his entire life on Opus, so it's like, oh cool, there's like civilizations and things to explore underground. Maybe we'll do that at some point.
Yeah, it's something you've
Look for
not
treasures.
seen forever. So, oh yeah, treasures. You and your treasures.
Yeah, we got to expand the horde.
Mm-hmm.
Then you gotta go find orcs. What are you doing?
As for in character, I mean, it went about as I planned. Cool. A little bit harder to get there in the end, but I did not expect to learn anything particularly groundbreaking from Mitchell Graves. As he said at the end, is like going to see Mitchell Graves was more to convey a point more than to actually learn the info that he could have just gotten from Shiv.
Right.
Glad the point was received.
I mean, he's not stupid. He does have the same ability as Shiv.
And for next week, looking forward to seeing where we go. If Riley wants to explore the elven side of things, I mean, I'll obviously tag along. He came with me to talk to Mitchell Graves, because I can do is like cover her back if she wants to explore the elven ruins.
Oh yes, this is gonna be fun.
But beyond that, went pretty well. And I'll pass the mic off over to someone else.
All right, let's go ahead with Shiv.
Well, I think the session went really well. It was nice to have Ignis finally brought up to speed with the rest of the people on the majority of the Thane situation. Shiv now has a lot of researching to do, so that's probably going to take up at least a section of next session.
Yep, research time. Okay. Let's move on to Riley. Cure leave?
He
Yes.
said his internet has gone out.
Okay. Riley.
Yeah, there's not really much. There's not really much to sort of work with this week, since, of course, I was basically AFK for most of the session.
Yeah, well, you do have next session. You do know of the Elven Ruins is down there,
Yeah.
and an Elven City is down there.
We're going to do some spelunking if you want to.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had actually suggested some stuff to
Yes, you have.
Carsa before about like some way to get Riley in, to the underground there, and then the perfect opportunity of, hey, there's Dominic, let's go check out what he's up to.
Yeah, that kind of just superseded what we were going to
Yeah.
do anyway.
Yeah, but we can always work that stuff in later.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Just
And,
call me the facilitator.
yeah, exactly. No, the whole thing is what you did perfectly facilitated what
We were
what
trying
we've been
to think
speaking
about.
last
Yeah.
night. Yeah. So that was actually perfect timing on that. But,
That's why I
Yeah,
suggested Riley go with you. Because
Yeah.
it
So-
worked perfect.
yeah. So generally, yeah, there isn't really that much that I can really say currently, because, as I say, I was AFK for most of the most of the actual important parts of that scene, namely the meeting with Mitchell. But what I am going to give you as homework for next week is to critically think about what you're going to put in that thing and what I'm going to pick apart.
So make the Elven Runes and try
specifically-
to make it the best
yeah.
I can.
Have something there, because I will admit I got completely lost with the description of that mine shaft.
There are two mine shafts. One goes to the Elvens,
and also,
one goes
yeah.
to the dwarves.
But the other main thing is, if you're going to drop in some like other race, make sure we know about them first.
Oh, they were there.
Because yeah, but the whole thing was me genuinely thinking, I'm damn sure you had said there are no elves. There are no dwarves. Elves fill in that spot along with. They're elves just underground.
They work
So they're
together.
They're fantasy elves and fantasy dwarves rolled into one race, and we're just going with elf.
No, I did not say that, but I did say.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I took your meaning to be.
Okay.
When
I
you
will
glossed
clarify
over
that.
the existence of the race.
I will clarify the dwarves.
So like for instance, if we go into the elven part and suddenly it's just a common thing that every single elf since the dawn of time has a pet iguana, don't just drop that information at random.
Well, why not? Then we get to know who your iguana's called.
Yo,
Yeah,
iguanas are
but the
cool,
fact
though.
is,
I'd get mad
I
at it.
should know about that in advance.
I will
know,
explain
you know,
to
like-
you before
like
we
Car-
get into
Yeah.
stream that this
Yeah,
what
it's like
you will
if
see.
Carsa was going to come out with some kind of massive piece of culturally significant information regarding dragons, but never having mentioned it to Ignis prior. And then he's
I
just,
will fix this.
this
I
is a
will let
thing.
you see what you.
Thank you.
Okay, I will give you an idea
Good.
of what you're gonna see. I'm gonna try to make it show you the map. We'll probably do this an hour prior to when we meet up on Monday.
Oh, we'll probably talk about it
or
over
we
the
could
week
talk
anyway.
it sooner. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, I understand you have to have it a certain
But I
way.
mean, in terms of it, it's not I have to have it in a certain way. It's just that it's nice to have this kind of information beforehand.
Okay.
But in saying that, I'm pretty sure as a viewer that entire interaction was probably pretty funny for people.
Yeah.
It was amusing for those.
It was amusing to me.
for those of us who weren't part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that other people find that as funny as when I was informed that we live in a jellyfish, and that was news to me.
Uh-huh. Well, before you became Godbound, you were just as affected by the water as everybody else. Before.
Yeah, there really aren't
Yeah, but then I
too
died.
many.
Yes, and then you died and became Godbound, and
Huh.
that's different.
I mean, it's going to be good when someone actually gets round to trying to get me to die for the city, because I'll finally get to use the line I've had in mind the entire time about I've already died for the city once. I don't plan on doing it again.
Yeah. Alright, so next week we will be doing the Elven Runes. We will also be talking about the research. Cormac, you will be looking more into other warehouses and stuff, or is there anything particular for you?
Not really. It's find FN stuff, break FN stuff. Whether it's warehouses, convoys, couriers, doesn't matter.
You're just going to
Anything I
cause
could
hell
do.
to him for as long as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. I will work on that
But-
as well.
Because
He has a simple story that's well told.
well, the thing is, like, everybody else is running off doing stuff. Cormac's like, that's fine. They got their own lives. Like, I don't control what they do, and I'm not gonna try. He's also like, I sat on my ass for a month waiting on Oda. I'm done. I gotta do something.
Alright. So we have that in mind. So there's a lot to go on for next week, for sure. Cormac, you were last to say how you feel and how your character is feeling.
Me, the player, I'm good. Cormac's bored. He's done waiting.
No more of this. Done waiting.
Yep. We as a group made a plan to go after FN, and now nobody's sticking to it.
Well, you had 3 people who went with you. Or 2 people that went with you.
And Kira wasn't about going after FN. She wanted drugs. And Shiv was just there because he was bored.
True. True.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing is, if I wasn't a mile underground, you could have called me.
Yeah, but your phone would not have worked until you got up to that mile.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't a mile underground, he could have called me.
You're 5 miles underground.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. I was AFK from when we were 1 mile, so I don't know about the other 4.
Full
I will say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I blinked and suddenly I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, accurate.
One more thing, actually, in terms of like Ignis in character, though, that I just thought about this. Ignis actually took some amount of interest into the story about Blengiel, because being a Godbound of Vengeance, Ignis is actually in a rather unique position of being able to facilitate Willis's retribution if he should want to seek vengeance against Blengiel for the indirect role that she had in his first wife's death.
Oh, he's definitely into that. He freaking made the
Of course,
things to do so.
Yeah, like
And
Hey, man,
apparently the phase,
he's now in contact with a Godbound of Vengeance. Retribution is my business, and business is a booming.
the thing is that like I find it funny that Mitchell Graves doesn't know where she is because that means her location is being hidden by the word of deception.
Yep.
Something
Or he's
along
just-
those lines. Yeah.
Or
Or he just doesn't
constantly
care
on the
enough to
move.
figure it out.
Or she's
Yeah.
constantly on the move.
Yeah. Like it might not be in his better interest to spend an effort to find out who this where this random person is in the galaxy every day.
That's fair.
Because just because he's
But,
a
like,
godbound knowledge doesn't mean he knows everything in the entire universe.
He,
He knows what he cares about.
He really doesn't want to know because he knows as soon as he does, Willis is going to have an issue.
As soon as somebody knows
Willis
where
already
Bland
has an
Gill
issue.
is.
It's called being a coward.
Will seems to have a lot of issues.
Willis does have issues, and the way he wanted me to play this character out is, yeah, he has so much vengeance against Bill and Jill. He is out to kill her.
Except he
I
does
actually
literally
feel,
nothing.
I actually
I
feel somewhat
seriously
bad for Liz because she's in like this really weird relationship where it's like her husband only seems to love her because of her resemblance to his dead wife. It seems kind of fucked if you ask me.
It was.
I mean, yeah. But like the funny thing is that we've already been told that Bland Gill is potentially part of season 2, but like her words have got to be like number 1, deception, number 2.
Why
I'm
are you making that
assuming-
assumption?
You're making a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, you
My
are.
dude,
Well,
she can have-
again, he could not even be a godbound for all we know. She probably is, of course, but we don't know that for certain. She could be something else entirely.
Well, that's fair.
there's another word. It's not great in combat. Actually, it sucks at basically everything except doing one exact thing. Moving you very quickly and without people knowing. It's called journeying.
Does it protect you from the knowledge word though?
Yes, it does, because it can literally move you between planes.
I mean, it doesn't like stop the knowledge. Again, like we're assuming that Mitchell can't find out where she is. He very well might be able to. He just doesn't care.
It's not that
Like,
he
does his
doesn't
mental
care. He knows what Willis will do if he finds out.
Yeah, but it's like it could also be a case of like maybe Mitchell does know, and he just claims to not know. Like we're making a lot of assumptions off of just the word of an unreliable source.
That's
I'm not
fair.
making any assumptions. I don't give a shit whether he knows or not, and could give a fuck.
Well, I'm using we as in Shiv,
Kev.
but
Like,
Yeah,
this is
really what we should do is we should actually go back into the book, look at the knowledge word, and actually retcon it to he is the godbound of assumption.
I like that one. I like that one a
I
lot.
know I've got one person that agrees.
I would,
like-
I would have to make a bunch of things for him, but that would
The worst part,
fit
though,
his character.
is that he doesn't have to make these assumptions. If he wanted to, he could just ask the DM, "Hey, I use irresistible query.
Well, there
What
are
are Blengio's words?"
you have
Yeah,
the
but the
ability
problem
to
is
do
I
so.
don't know. The problem is that I haven't been told Bland Gill's name yet.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
have
you
it.
don't know about her. Oh, fair enough. You don't know about her in character yet. That's
No,
fair.
I only know about her. I know about her
however.
out. I could ask what the hell is going on with Ignis and Riley. Followed up with
No,
what
no,
were
no,
they
no, no, no.
doing down there?
No, the easiest way you do that is in character you think, what is the best way for me to get, or either what is the best way for me to assist that character in their current goals, and also what are like the most important pieces of information that they need in order to accomplish their goals.
Irresistible query cannot answer that second question.
Can it
Yeah,
not?
it has to be.
That's kind of sucky.
The best course technically can, but
We have admittedly overblown what exactly falls into the purview of irresistible query.
a lot
Typically-
of it is, as the book states, up to the DM's discretion. Though.
Of course, but essentially, it's like he is limited to yes or no answers, or answers in very short phrases. So it's like he could probably ask us like, what This is all
What-
hypothetical, of course. Don't do this because this will be metagaming because you don't have any ways to suspect this at
I
the
mean,
moment.
he-
It's like
I
if
mean,
he wanted-
Shiv already knows that the Thanes are Willis's fault. He could just straight up ask, why did he create the Thanes?
yeah,
Okay.
and it would be like 2% blend deal, and then you'd have to like go down the rabbit hole of using other another irresistible query to like be like,
Who the fuck is that?
well, no, you wouldn't be able to get
Blangil is Blangil.
Yeah, but it'd be like, you might be able to get like, what's the connection of Blangil and Willis? Although that would depend on how maliciously the DM wants to answer that question. Because it could very well just be like, oh, they are enemies. And it's like that doesn't actually tell you anything, but
They are mortal enemies of each other.
But as far as like figuring out what Ignis and like Riley are up to, is like,
They went
You
to a
asked,
meeting.
what's Ignis and Riley? Well, I would probably be answering at that point, just because like, concerning my
The
character. where it'd
point
be like,
is that
Well, no, like that's the thing. It'd be whatever Carson says to give her. It'd be like, oh, why did they go down there? To go to a meeting. Done. That's the truth.
that is the
Right.
truth. That's
Like,
all you would
Yeah,
get.
Theoretically, theoretically, so long as Shiv knew roughly when they were down, provided he knows that they were down there. I'm
Yes,
assuming they're
that
going
whole
to know.
thing, you could go and replay
Yeah.
the activities.
Yeah, I could literally just go down there and use the power I haven't used since
It's also-
session. Since session
it's also
one,
a case
and
though,
literal.
that's like, you ask what Raiden and Ignis are up to, and is like the short and long of it is it's like they are underground meeting Mitchell Graves, and like that's within the purview of irresistible query, in my opinion. But I don't know. I feel like I don't want to like get into the habit of like, oh, we should answer this in as vague terms as humanly possible at all times. Is at that point the gift isn't.
No, I'll be pretty direct, but at the same point, he doesn't know anything about Blood Jill. So
No, he knows.
don't ask the
basically start and
question
finish.
until you know the word Blood Jill.
Well, I mean, he can still ask why. He knows Willis created the Thanes, and in fact was held against the wall and told, "Don't make this information public."
Yeah.
So he literally could just learn Blangill's name by asking, "Why the fuck did he make the Thanes in the first place?"
For
He
vengeance.
could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, followed up by against 2, but that would be a waste of 3 effort.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure that's why Cormac keeps making that point of answering the irresistible query question with one word.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
fair.
you can over reduce everything to like 1 or 2 words if you try hard enough.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not the one answering the question, so I can answer it however I want.
True.
My information doesn't matter.
But yeah, if you ever want to know things, you are one effort away from.
Well, I mean, it's not even effort. You want to know why Willis made the Thanes? Oh, I know where he's at. Ah!
Also true.
You know what? Fair enough.
I want to know what Ignis and Riley are doing. I go
Yeah,
find them and ask them.
Well, finding them would actually be kind of hard right now.
I mean, you just time it where you guys are going down the right path to the Elven thing, and Shiv runs into you right there.
There.
Hell, theoretically, I could prophetic insight that I just that I just go down the narrowly
Yeah, you
open
could.
path and accidentally bump into you. So
Through
long
a
as it's on
Yeah,
confluence
like
of weird
I would have no
random
reason to
shit.
resist that prophetic insight, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, through a random confluence of bullshit, Shiv manages to trip, fall, and prematurely ejaculate his way there.
Okay on that last one? Why?
Apparently,
It's
you
an
have a
incredibly, an incredibly obscure reference to a YouTube video no one's seen, but there's a line in it which is fucking hilarious.
What is that?
No.
What he
because
just said.
I know
But
the
it's,
joke.
it's in reference to there's a character called Johnny Sasaki in Metal Gear Solid 4 that the guy in the process, he mentions how the character farted and shitted and camed his way into the game.
Oh, okay.
Because there's at least one scene where it's heavily implied that literally looking at his love interest makes him spooge his pants.
God damn.
The
So,
character is known
he's-
to have shot himself on screen, so
So he's a guy that if he were in an anime, the moment his love interest shows up on screen, full nosebleed on
yes,
him.
he would immediately nosebleed and probably break his pants and then explode.
Well, I
Like
mean-
Excel Saga would be calm in comparison to how Johnny would react.
All right. Well, we are well over time. It's 2:30.
True. We have gone on tangents and tangents and tangents.
Yeah, I think
We
this
have
is
derailed so much. We're in Back to the Future Part 5.
The one that'll never be known.
because
Exactly.
it's thrown into the ruins and never existing. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's hard to deny its existence when it never existed in the first place.
True.
Yeah, exactly, because there's only ever 3 of those films.
So next week we are looking at the runes. We are looking at what the dwarves, the elven runes. We're looking at the research that is there and the warehouses and FN stuff. That is our plan for next week. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. And even those who eventually do listen to this on YouTube, if you do not know our Discord, we are there all the time in some capacity. And if we find
Kasha's
out,
going to list it in the description.
there you go. And our YouTube, if I can get it right, is there.
Yeah, so for anyone watching this on YouTube, you're cool people.
Yes, thank you for being here. Please subscribe. Please follow if you are on Twitch. Please,
Follow
like
the
and
channel. That way you too can
follow
get
us.
emails.
Yes.
But then I've been saying that for 2 years.
Yes, this is true. This is true. So let's go ahead and raid Hellfather. So here's the raid message. And there is a lot of us that are in that Discord all the time. So you will definitely, have a good time there. And here's our raid.
Yeah, you can occasionally talk to us and find out that we're actually just as much of a bunch of assholes as we appear to be.
I don't
If you want more of my bad jokes, just get Shiv to say something, and I will comment.
Yeah.
Or
Comment,
Carsa,
like,
or
and
basically
subscribe?
anybody. Huh?
Comment, like, and subscribe.
No, it's comment, like, subscribe, obey.
There you go.
Also ring the notification bell.
Yes, so we got it all. We got it all done. So there you go. And here's our raid. Have a good day and goodbye. Did I do it again? That's I just find it funny, okay? It fits me, Yeah, you did. I think, yeah.